Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Logan. I'm here with my amazing co-host.
It's your boy Brayden Noble.
Yes, sir, and welcome to episode 28 of Actors POV, baby. We're here.
We're here.
I just want to start out by saying I do have, they call it ski sickness or something. It's actually common, and I went snowboarding. I just got back from Arizona. It was 10 degrees when we were on the mountain. And we were up there for like 6 hours, and I felt like crap the day after.
Wow.
And now it's bad.
How was snowboarding?
It was great, dude. Actually, I can see why it's addicting to people. Like, I grew so much. Like, I had the back edge, but now I want to hit that toe edge. Whatever you call it, where you lean forward and really go.
Oh, yeah, I get you.
So that's what I want to do.
I got too scared when I started doing that.
Yeah, I want to
I didn't have a helmet when I went.
I ordered one just because I'm filming in a month, and I was like, if I die, I can't show
There's
up.
a problem.
I can't show up like one of the Iron Claw brothers. That's going to be an issue.
Yeah,
so
wow, yeah.
I had to, it'd be horrible, man. Can't go into shock. So I had to make sure I was okay. But, dude, it was crazy. I mean, I was literally had a long sleeve shirt on by the end of the day in 10-degree weather. Like, I was getting hot because it's so much,
You're doing so much, yeah.
It was funny, dude.
And then you take it off, and it's like, and then 5 minutes later, you want to put it back on.
Exactly. No, it was funny, dude. But cool experience. You know, I mean, that's my third time seeing snow.
That's cool.
Which was cool. So, yeah, no, it was a great time, man. Like I said, got to see a friend of mine and, you know, meet her family. And it was weird going straight from the desert into the snow and then back to the desert. Because we drove 3 hours to the snow. But, dude, the drive was all canyons. It was like a mini Grand Canyon, dude. It was so clean.
Yeah.
And then you had the Arizona sunset on the way back, which I don't know if you've seen them. You've probably seen them online, where it's like the yellowish pink.
Yeah, I know
like
what you're
it's
talking about.
literally like the staple of Arizona. And, dude, it's gorgeous in real life, bro. Like it's like
pretty sick.
I took pictures, but they just didn't.
Justice.
No, man. It was genuinely one of like the coolest experiences driving through. They listened to like some like because we went with my friend Em and one of her friends, and he was driving us on the way back, and like his music. Very groovy music, very like West Coast Arizona groovy music. So we were listening to that going through the canyon, seeing the sunset. It was just a cool feeling, dude. It was a good vibe.
Pretty cool.
Good vibe. But yeah, snowboarding was fun. I wanna do it again.
Yeah, I want to do it again. It was probably more enjoyable for you than when I did it.
Why?
Because I didn't have a helmet.
Oh, that's true.
See, here's the thing. Like, did you fall a lot, or were you good?
No.
Have you ever skated or anything before?
No.
Really? See, I've never really done any of that either. I guess you're a natural. I was not. So I was falling a lot, or at least like that front toe thing. Like I was getting a lot of momentum, and without a helmet, I did not trust the fact like if I were going too fast. That was mainly the thing. I was going so fast that I didn't want to slip and not like kill myself.
Yeah.
So I would go slow, and then I would purposefully like drag out like that. You know what I mean? Slow myself and fall on purpose, just so I wouldn't hurt myself.
Yeah.
If I had a helmet, I wouldn't care. I'd probably risk it more. But every time I would get good speed, I'd be like, no. You know what I mean?
I didn't get too much speed. I did at certain points when it was like the flat parts where I had to get speed, to get over them.
Yeah.
But I was also worried. I was like, man, if I break something, I got to go film something.
You know, and that's kind of what I was in the same mindset, but.
Yeah. But it was fun, though. Like, I knew what I was doing wrong. And it was just about getting that feel of, you know, because I hated going to toe edge because you start kind of twisting your body this way. Because I'm left foot first. But so if I'm going toe edge, I guess
too.
If I was putting left foot first, I know, right? I think it's the goofy way.
So then you would go like that.
And then you twist backwards.
I hate that.
Yeah,
I did that quite a few times.
But then what I figured out what you got to do is while you're doing that, then you go on your you have
to lean your body, yeah.
Yeah, and then you go this way, and this is boom, boom, boom like this. But every time I'd go backwards, I'd freak out. And I'd be like, oh, no, dude.
Bro, when we were doing it, they're like, Brad, I'm like, I am the biggest fucking person here. Yeah. There's too much weight going back and forth.
Yeah, I had some good teachers, which was cool. They both knew how to snowboard pretty well, so they just kind of taught me the fundamentals. I went down the little mini hill once. And I was like, I got this. Bro. And they put me at the top. Well, not the bad one, not the Black Diamond or whatever you call it, but the one under that, which was scary.
See, we went to the very top, thinking it was
you did Black Diamond.
Well, not like. It wasn't the same course, of course, but when we went to Colorado, we went to the very top of the mountain instead of like the normal course because like we just didn't know. Like, we're new. We didn't read the map right. Just went to the wrong one. Yeah. So, like, when you were supposed to be, like, here, we were all the way up here.
That's a problem.
Bro. Oh, was it a problem? We were at one point, they're like, Brad, do we need them to get you, like, on the four-wheeler?
On the snowmobile.
No! Fuck you, no!
Yeah.
Like, no!
Yeah.
Some woman tried to help me up. I said, don't touch me, lady. I was like, I'll pull you in the snow with me.
Yeah.
Get the hell away from me. But
that was one thing, too. It wasn't very snowy. It was snowy, but it was a lot of ice. And
oh, no, that was a good thing. It was like, it
snowy.
really didn't hurt at all, the fall. It was
we had
like,
ice. So when it did fall, it hurt the wrist a little bit. Yeah, it was a little rough. But,
specific parts maybe, but no, most of it was snowy.
Yeah, and then the first time I went down took me a long time, dude. I don't know about you, but I was like, dude, I was like...
At least an hour and a half.
Yeah, at least an hour and a half, bro. Close to 2 for me. And I was like, dude, I would take breaks. I would just sit there and just contemplate life. It was cool because the views were cool. You'd see mountains in the back. You'd be like, wow, dog. But then, yeah, you would go a little bit, take another break. You'd get stuck. You'd have to shuffle.
Dude, I have asthma. I'm taking my inhaler. I have my inhaler in my top bag. I fall on my ass. I'm looking at the snow. I'm like, God. It's just so pretty.
Yeah, yeah.
Fuck, I hate this.
Yeah, and then you get right back to
it.
Dude, understandable, bro.
But it was fun. We'll have to do it one day. We'll have to ride it out.
Dude, let's do it. I'm so down. I want to do it next winter. And around maybe the same time or like November or December. Like, I actually want to hit it up. Because like, I know it's so addicting. So
it was
addicting.
Pretty fun.
It was very fun. I know so the guy we were going with, my friend's friend, it was his 3rd time doing it. And he was going again this weekend and then going again next weekend. And it's a long drive. And he's just he's like, dude, I figured it out. It's so much fun. I was right there at it. But,
if you had a little more time.
Yeah, a little more time. Wish I wasn't so far.
Yeah.
But over here on the East Coast, apparently it's like the joke this season. There's like no snow. You seen the guy that was skiing like on dirt down the hill?
No.
Dude, on dirt, bro. Just going like this.
Yee!
So funny, dude. So funny. But anyway, hope you guys have been doing good, man. Happy New Year to all you sexy people.
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas. All the fun stuff, man. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
It's a freaking new year,
hope
new
you guys
us.
enjoyed the episode.
Actors POV.
Yeah, we're here, baby. Maestro? What is it? Maestro. We watched it. Bradley Cooper acted, directed, and wrote. He wrote it as well.
Really?
Yeah, he wrote it with one other person.
Wow.
We went and watched it on Netflix. Didn't have to go to the theater and spend money. Woo.
Get some cold cuts. Get some cold cuts.
It was either between this and Rebel Moon. And we're like, let's watch this one just because Brayden made a good point. It's going to be in a lot of the Oscar nominations. And after watching it, it's going to be
a lot of Oscar nominations, bro.
Mr. Brayden Noble, what was your expectations going in? Did you have any history with this guy or with Bernstein?
Yeah, so earlier at the beginning of the year, I'm a big fan of Bradley Cooper. And so when I saw the film coming out, I knew it was his try at an Oscar attempt. Like, you just know those movies. The same thing with Oppenheimer. Like, you could see it, and you're like, this film crew is going for an Oscar. Like, that's what they made this movie for. And you can literally see the same thing with Maestro.
He got it ripped away from him one time, so he's wanting to go for it again.
Yeah, right? I didn't know what to expect. Honestly, I thought it was going to be a good movie just because I know Bradley, like I like Bradley Cooper's work. I don't think I've seen a single movie with Bradley Cooper that I didn't like. Like, you know what I mean? That I thought was bad. You know what I mean? Yeah, and I was just, I don't know. I had really no expectations because I know a little bit about Leonard Bernstein, not too much because of my musical theater days, but like nothing insane. You know what I mean? I knew he did a few musicals and stuff, but that was about all I knew. And I didn't know what to expect. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I saw the trailers, I saw the black and white and then the color, and I was like ready to see what that was going to do, which I thought was super cool. Which, just before I ask you your expectations, this caught me off guard. When it turned to color, did you it took me like 30 seconds. I went, wait, what?
We're in color. Yes.
Yeah, I had to go back to, I was like, okay, I'm not tripping.
Yeah,
like, we just went to color.
Pretty big time jump.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize it either. I thought for a second it faded into color, but it didn't.
Yeah.
It just jumped right to it.
Yeah.
Because it was the same scaling that they had, the really thin scaling that they shot on. But yeah, I know it caught me off guard as well.
What were your expectations?
I knew nothing about this guy going in. I just knew I heard of him. You know, he's one of the most popular composers of all time.
Like
West Side
Beethoven,
Story.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
I can tell you like his name, like Mozart. I can tell you their
Yeah,
name.
the name,
they're
but
popular.
that's it.
You know, I don't know the background.
I can see why they wrote a story about this guy. And when you actually go back and hearing Bradley Cooper talk about it, not this Brad.
Yeah, I was
sorry, my bad.
So
Bradley
signals over
Cooper,
here.
Bradley Nobles. No, yeah. When you hear Bradley Cooper talk about it, you know, he was always wanting to be a composer when he was younger. He would pick up that little stick and do this around his house all the time. Leviosa, you know, type stuff all the time, dude. But no, he would do it, and he loved Leonard's music, and he was always a fan of him growing up, and he always. By the way, how much he looks like him is crazy.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know if
crazy.
you've seen the side by side comparisons, Brayden, but it's like
I
have
just
you
saw the
seen
video
it?
not side by side, but I saw the video at the end, and I thought the same thing.
What's
I was
his
like,
name?
Jesus, Leonard Bernstein. Leonard Fournette.
I want you to look at this guy compared to
Oh yeah, buddy.
look at that, dude. I mean, you can't tell me that look at this. That is Bradley Cooper. It's so weird.
It's really.
That is
That's
one
an
of,
amazing casting.
yes, that is one of the closest resembling biopic choices I've ever seen. It's so trippy. There's better pictures than this, but
Even
it's,
when he was an old man, I was like taken off. I was like, bro, that's amazing.
yes,
Bro is
The
old.
yeah, the makeup, everything. I mean, the makeup and everything for half of the movie. For half of the movie's in his 50s and 60s.
Yeah.
And you could tell they put stuff on Bradley Cooper.
Yeah.
Super
No
impressive.
CGI.
No CGI. Super impressive. Anyway, let me finish with my expectations. But yeah, I just didn't know a lot going into it. And but hearing how much Bradley Cooper loved this guy and how Bradley Cooper created this with his writing and his directing, and this was his baby.
Intrigues you a little bit.
Yeah, because he loves it, and that, like you said, he's going for that Oscar. This is something that he's close to in his personal life.
Yes.
So he's not going to mess it up.
Yeah.
It's like it's like the Russo brothers, how they're huge Marvel fans. They're going to come in, they're going to create something cool because they're big comic fans growing up. And that's they have something specific that they love about each character, and that's kind of like what Bradley Cooper has here with Leonard Bernstein. So that was my expectations going in, and I read that it was a love story going into it, and man, I was like, oh, this is gonna be stupid, but I was really happy that they focused on that love story because I thought it was the best aspect of the entire film.
Movie. Yeah,
it's great.
Yeah.
So I'll let you expand on what you thought of that dynamic between. Awesome, the actress, phenomenal job.
Yeah, and
Dude.
she's famous. I can't think of her name.
Yeah,
It's
been
annoying
in
me.
so
so
movies.
much.
I've heard her
Yeah.
name. I don't know if I've seen a lot with her, but I've heard her name so often.
You know, man, I first saw it, and it's so. There's something about, I think my favorite part about this movie was their two performances. They truly do make the film, as good as it is. And it's those moments you can tell they were definitely not on script. And, they were so comfortable and so real as a couple that, they were able to, legitimately be Leonard Bernstein. And, oh, my God, I know her name.
Look, your lady's name in the movie.
Yeah, in the movie. Is it Margaret?
Nope.
No, that's the other one.
God, I'm gonna look it up. I got you,
I was
brother.
able to pull it up. Yeah, no, but there was just certain even at the beginning when you first see them in the telephone booth and they're just talking, meeting for the first time. Felicia. There you go. When they're in the phone booth for the first time, him and Felicia are you can just see how already they're the same. He was describing how they're the same person, but just in different, you know what I mean? Obviously in different lives.
Love that scene.
I love
You're talking about the scene outside of the party when they first met?
Yeah, well, it starts in the phone box and then they go outside.
God,
yes.
I love that, dude.
Loved
No,
it.
genuinely, it's funny you brought that up. I was going to expand on it if you didn't.
Mm-hmm.
The whole part where they're our lives are meant to only be in one direction.
Yeah.
But we both took on industries where we can play different things. The lady, being an actress and him being a composer, creating different, things every day. Love that scene. I just had to expand on that because that I thought with character development and what drew them close together, even which built on later in the film when Leonard was having an affair with some dudes. You know what I mean? And she was like, "Dude, what are you doing?" you could tell though that he truly did love her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it really comes down to that scene of them understanding each other to a deeper level.
Yeah, and no, there's so much that like points to that in the whole film. Like obviously, like I love the one scene where it's obvious that she is not, I don't want to say tainting Leonard, but like in a good way, like rubbing off on him to want to create more like musical theater stuff, and that's how the whole West Side Story came about. But like the people at the table were like, "That's stupid. You can be the greatest composer. Like, don't settle for that." And she like looks at him. She's like, "Let's go." And he's like, "We can do that." And she was like, "Yeah." They just dip. You know what I mean? Like it was always just like that. You know what I mean? And something I thought that was amazing about the just the way that their relationship was the fact that she's your typical like woman from that generation. Like she put everything, her own feelings, just pushed it down the entire time and was just like, yeah, everything's fine. The one scene when they're like poolside, when you're talking about the dude, right? Tommy, I think his name was, the long-haired guy. And then he's like, what? Well, I thought Jamie would like Tommy to be here. And she's like, no, that's not Jamie. It's not Jamie. It's you. And then he was like, well, I'm not saying that. You know what I mean? Like that scene felt so improvised in a good way, like raw. And it was just like, it was awkward. You could tell they both felt awkward. Like, she tried so hard, and she said it, she tried so hard to, like, you know, have his attention, I guess, that she almost pitied everybody for wanting that as well at one point. And they play it so well, because then when you know, she leaves and she becomes a freaking even bigger than she was without him, then when she comes and sees his first show again, he's like, ugh, and he starts crying. I love that. It's the only time in the movie he doesn't bow. He didn't bow. He immediately ran over and he's like, wow. Because that was his thing. That was their thing. They were like, wow. Yeah. But no, dude, it was freaking, I love their dynamic. I think I haven't really seen like, I can almost compare it to something like The Notebook. Like, it was such just a good casting of two people together that, like, it's going to go down. Like, very memorable. It's going to be very memorable as, like, a duo performance.
Yes. No, it's phenomenal. Like you said, the realism to those conversations were executed so well. Mm-hmm. You know, and a lot of it was improvised. I mean, just little things would, you know, he walks over and hits his knee on the table when he's having the argument. He's like, Jesus Christ. Mm-hmm. He takes a minute and then he keeps going with the conversation when having the big argument scene, which was great as well. I love that. And one thing that I really liked at times, this is actually a little bit of a negative for me, is the talking over one another. I think it worked great at some points. In the argument scene, worked great because that's what happens. And sadly, in films nowadays, when two people are arguing back and forth, it's usually, okay, I'm going to argue, and then you're going to say what you want to say, and then I'm going to say what I want to say. No. It might happen a little bit, but usually you're going to be screaming over each other because you want to get your opinion out or you want to repeat what the person just said. Yeah. And that's what that scene was. I mean, just speaking over each other. There was other scenes earlier on where it was so funny when the actors would speak over each other. You know what I mean? Right. But then it got to a point a little later on in the movie where I'm like, okay, we're still doing this. Mm-hmm. Like there was times where it just felt like they wanted to add it in. Yeah. Because they did it earlier for like consistency reasons or something. Yeah. It felt very off. I don't know how you feel about that. I thought it worked phenomenal and added more to a scene than the lines ever did. Mm-hmm. But then there's other points where I'm like, this doesn't work as well in this scene. But yes, the tone that was set during those scenes, you know, also contributed to the realism. You know, the artistic choices, how close you are to characters, how far away you are from characters, those camera choices that Bradley Cooper came up with in that director's room, you know, and even talking with the cinematographer, they work so well together. They captured the essence and the tone of that scene. And I think you see that play into the character development, and you see that play into the realism of these scenes because the artistic vibe. I mean, there's some shots where I'm like, man, it's beautiful. Oh, yeah. You know what I mean? Some of the uses of shadow, some of the uses of being very far away from the two characters when it's just the two talking with the outside on the little deck right there. You know, you're super really far away.
Where, it's where she passed away. It was just a shot of her lying, and like he lays right next to her, and like it's just them, and you can hear him like just breathing heavy. It's like, oh, dude, that was a good ass shot.
Great shot, right? And see how it lingers on these shots for long periods of time. Yeah. I mean, there's times where the shot is the same for the entire scene.
I 100%.
And I love that. And we talked about that with horror movies specifically. I love one-shot scenes. Yeah. And there's a lot of that in this movie. Enough.
They don't do it enough anymore.
Now, horror, it's harder to do.
Yeah.
It's usually someone's getting killed in multiple places, and the actual timing is harder. Rather than in these, it's more of just lines, which dialogue's hard to hit every time as well. Because there's no, hey, don't worry about that. We'll get that in the close-up. You know what I mean? It's, hey, you better hit it now because this is the close-up.
This is the one time, yeah.
So you can focus on it more, I guess, which is nice, you have more time to focus on that one shot. But yeah, no, I mean, those artistic choices with the shots and the camera angles and even the scene when they're in the hospital getting the news about her tumor, that shot does not change. And that's a full-on, 3-4 minute scene.
Oh, dude, I love that scene.
It's a great scene. And, everything, I don't know, man. It just felt like the acting in this movie is just
so real.
I don't know if I've seen another movie where it's on that level.
Probably the best that I've seen,
it's
bro.
It's very interesting.
It's crazy as this is gonna sound. I think Bradley Cooper is gonna win the Oscar.
Who's he gonna go? I don't know, man. The guy from Boogeyman, dude. Yeah, he deserves it. He deserves it.
He deserves it.
Give it to my man.
He deserves an Oscar of his own.
I'm gonna pull him up, man.
Being in the most movies in 2023, bro. No, I wanted to touch back. It's so funny that you actually talked about when they were talking over everyone. You know why I didn't bother it as much? Because he does it at the end. This guy right here. What is his name? David.
David.
My boy David.
My dog.
You were in every freaking movie of 2023. The Voyage of Demeter, Boogeyman, Wonka. No, shut the fuck up. What else was he in? Oppenheimer.
He's in one more.
He was in one more. Yeah, no, but so this scene perfectly describes why I feel like it's almost, I get what you're saying with the consistency thing, but I think it's just, it's Leonard. It's Leonard as a person is the reason that happens so much. When he's teaching the young guy right at the end, right? The African-American dude with the curly hair.
Yes.
The guy is going every time, and he's like, this was the example that Felicia was talking about, that everyone strives for his attention. He goes up there and he was like, do you want to show me? And then he the guy starts doing it and cuts him off, and he's like, and then he goes up after, he's like, that's nice, but they're still leaving the bar. And he comes up and he was like, maybe let me show you, and then maybe this is how you want to do, just before you do anything. You know what I mean? I think they do it so much to show the arrogance of Leonard. Because he wouldn't let the dude talk. He was just like, let me do it. He does it and then does it. And then he looks at him and he was like, is that what you're trying to do? And he was like, yes. What did you do? It's you know what I mean?
Everybody's kissing his butt.
Right?
Yeah, no, you saw the frustration of the kid too.
Yeah,
while
bro.
He was like, geez, cut me off again, dude.
He was like, shut up, bro.
Yeah, and he was in the moment too. It took him a minute to snap out of it every time you cut him off. And I almost wonder how many times.
So good. Bro just looks so real.
I also wonder how many times they did that, because that's another thing too. I'm not saying everything's I'm not one of those people like, oh, that was improvised. But
I get exactly.
I wonder how many times they told the guy that he was going to cut him off. I think that'd be awesome. You know what I mean? Of being like, hey, he's only going to cut you off 2 times, and then Bradley Cooper just keeps going. I think that'd be dope, because you get a true reaction of dude, what are we doing here? You know what I mean? For the kid. I think that'd be really funny. Is that what they did? I don't know, but it almost felt that way.
100%.
You know what I mean? And great job by that guy. All the small actors in this movie, the small parts, did great as well, and they added a lot.
Yeah, I thought it was funny Maya Hawke was in it.
I know. Yeah, get back to Hawkins, dude.
Did not, yeah.
What are you doing here? Unreal, man.
You go back to Hawkins.
Crazy. It's in California.
I was never there.
California, man. I'll gladly go back, though.
He said, I'll make my way.
Making my way downtown, walking fast, faces fast. Anyway, yeah.
Just find this guy in the upside down.
I'm just sitting there with Vecna. Have my milkshakes ready.
Yo.
One for all of y'all. Anyway, yeah, no, I forgot what we were talking about. Yeah, small actors all did great, and they did great. Was kind of messed up that he was cheating on his wife with his students. Bro. Oh! What's that one where she calls? Oh my god! It was during the argument scene where she's like, she calls him out on it. She's like, "Oh, teaching your students." He's like, I want to show love, or whatever he says. So funny, dude. It's like, yeah, you're screwing your students, dude. What are you doing? You're married.
Well, so
I thought that was funny.
The movie opens up. Leonard gets up and he bongos on the dude's
so funny, dude.
cheeks, and I'm like,
yeah,
bro.
Which he looked like Henry Cavill, right?
Right,
Bro.
He did.
No, like bad. Anyway,
I thought very similar.
Yeah.
Well, and then it comes over time that obviously that was a past relationship, and it's just
Yeah.
like I didn't know that about Leonard for one, and then two,
Yeah.
dude, when the Tommy thing happened, it made me so mad. The guy with the long hair, like when they
Well,
were upstairs and the wife came around the corner and he was like, "Hey, this is Tommy. Let me introduce you to Tommy," and she walked away. I was like,
every time that dude showed up, he kept showing up.
he just made. I know, and he kept ruining the vibe.
Great actor, but I hate him.
Yeah,
Hate you, dude.
But that's why I like that pool scene so much.
Don't be
because
a
it was
maestro
like-
too, dude.
Because she's like, your typical like, and I don't mean this against any generation of people, but like your typical like 2023 person, or I even want to say woman. Just like I'm not even trying to be like that. It's just like the generational thing. It's like that would be a lot more of an argument. Like she'd be like, "Get up! Like I'm grabbing my shit. I'm out of here. Fuck you." Da da da. Whereas Felicia is like trying everything to like not make it an issue, even though she cannot stand that guy.
To the point where it's a problem.
Yeah,
You know, because that's like, no, you're 100% right. It's how a lot of women felt back in the day, powerless.
yeah.
But she had more of a radical way of thinking compared to women at that time. Most
Yes.
women wouldn't say a thing. So she stood up in a way that was rare. But yeah, she should have been like, why is this guy still coming around? They were still screwing that entire time.
Yeah, right.
It's like, come on, man. You got to have, like, I understand, but you're an actress, dude. You have enough money to go live on your own. I know you love this guy, but, like, you need to stand up for yourself.
Yeah.
I agree. That's why I hated that guy, too. I was like, you just need to. Ugh. You need to leave.
You need to leave. You need to leave, sir.
Yeah, man. I that's why I think I loved so much about. They knew what they were doing by putting the light on both of them. Because by the end of the film, like I said, you don't really see Tommy much anymore. Like you don't see him quite literally at all. Like when him and her get back together and he's taking care of her and they find out she has the cancer and stuff, you do not hear of that man again. I don't know if you noticed that. I kept track of that. You do not hear, or he talks to him on the phone. And he's like, "I'm not leaving. You're going to have to," which I thought was super cool. It's like a full circle moment when the original composer had to call out of something because one got sick, one got snowed in, and then Leonard, he was like, "That's my orchestra of 15 years. They're going to understand." Yeah. So I kind of thought in my mind, like, they don't obviously talk about it, but there was definitely another, young like, you know what I mean? Somebody who took over.
I wonder, I forgot that guy's name. I'd love to look him up and see if they're referring to someone that was actually.
Right?
Yeah.
See, I just thought that was
Peter
really,
something.
Yes, I thought it was super cool. But yeah, man, you don't see him for the rest of the movie, and he's like really, I don't know. He's like it's like he almost like fell back in love with her in a way. It's not like they were never not in love, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe he finally realized, I guess. Because that whole time she was taking care of him, and she looked at him, and she's like, "You don't know how much I need you." And then I kind of think that's what happened. Like, he finally realized at one point, like, how much he needed her.
That's exactly.
After it was too late.
You're right.
Bro, gut-wrenching. Gut-wrenching. That
Crazy.
woman needs to be,
They could have been,
Felicia
had a
needs to
whole
be.
life together.
Yeah.
But they did.
Yeah.
There's a solid 20 years there where they were off and on.
Yeah, right?
And I know they regretted it when she was sitting there at the tomb around her bed,
Bro.
fighting for each breath.
I know, right? Bro, I think one of the worst parts was when he was holding hands with Tommy up top. I was like, what are you doing? And when they were watching the show and like they were holding, like they hold hands and then she looks at them and she's
dude.
like, dude.
Bro.
I couldn't.
Or when he made the remark when he's with the baby, he's like, "I slept with both your parents."
Yeah,
I'm like, yo, what are you talking about? It's so weird, dude.
Yo.
So strange. I don't know. Just saying that in front of the baby, in front of the baby's wild.
Yeah.
Anyway. And them being okay with that. It's a different time, I guess.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I mean, everyone was doing it.
So funny. But yeah, no, man. I think, like you said, it was a beautiful story. I mean, it was. I think, we talked about this. Whenever there's another biopic we watched that I said the same thing, the Napoleon one, but this one's different. Napoleon was kind of funny. This was a true biopic. Whenever you're watching somebody a famous actor take on a role like this where they're playing another famous, person or musician or something for a biopic, the goal is for you to not see the actor, your goal is to see that actual person.
I forgot it was
Bernstein.
I saw Leonard Bernstein.
I didn't see Bradley Cooper
Not at all.
Now, there was some certain points where I was like, oh my God, this is Bradley Cooper. But it was like, oh my God,
Yeah.
realizing I was watching Bradley Cooper. There was never a time where I'm like, this is just Bradley Cooper.
Did you ever notice how freaking good he physically is? Like, when he was old, you could physically see, like, how he, like, one, he would get fatter, but, like, he was hunched back a little bit more, like, how he would get up. Like, it was, like, more like that. You know what I mean? When he would walk, he would, like, bend over and crack his back. I was like, dude, this is crazy. This man is freaking amazing.
What scene was it where you see him from the back and he's wearing PJs? I forgot what scene it is, but he's wearing PJs and you see him from the back like walking or something or making food. I don't forgot what it was. But I was like, dude, that is not Bradley Cooper.
I know, right?
And it was. And so I see what you're saying. I was like, Jesus, man. Like, Bradley Cooper, he was always one of my favorite actors, but I think this cements him as probably top 10 greatest actors of our generation.
Oh, 100%.
If not top 5. And I know that's a crazy statement for some people.
But it's that good of a performance.
But this guy's conquered biopics now, comedy, horror, dramas.
Yep.
This guy's had a great film in every genre.
Freaking Rocket Raccoon.
Let's even, that's what I'm saying. We could even go look at, we can even look at Bradley Cooper movies. I mean, what this guy has done has been nothing short of unreal. Nightmare Alley.
So I wanted to ask you about that. Look at the Maestro reviews. Like I told people, I think truly if you enjoy dialogue driven cinema, this is one of the best movies I've ever watched in that right. You know what I mean? It's not
even dialogue driven. Like I would say that's more of like Artifice Girl. I feel like
I
see what you're saying. This is more story driven.
Yeah.
If you don't like a story being told, and you like, Iron Man and Chris Evans walking through with the freaking boomerang.
Yeah.
Then you're not gonna enjoy it. But I'm not gonna lie, I was worried that this was gonna be. What do you look at? Audience score? Or no, let's go to what the critics are saying.
What? I disagree.
That's crazy saying all the magic's been lost.
No.
Yeah, all this is great.
I completely agree. Noms for both of them.
A boring, disjointed biopic that, beyond the performances and some production values that cry out for Oscar nomination, uselessly repeats the same cliches until it reduces Bernstein's biography to the most absolute indulgence.
I don't agree with that, to be honest.
This is crazy.
That comment is crazy.
I resent being tear-jerked when the movie's as lacking in honesty, complexity, and maturity as this one is. It's you don't ever listen. Let's look at an audience. I think audience is better to look at. It has a worse thing, though. A complete mumbling mess of absolute boredom. Okay, so that's the person that... We get it. He smoked. Enough already. That was pretty crazy. I'll admit that was a little wild, but it's part of the character. It's who he was.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm like, dude, bro, people used to smoke like frick. You saw her. He said you lighting a cigarette when she had a tumor in her chest. No one cared.
They didn't care. They thought it was good for you back in the...
Yeah. You're so right.
Visually stunning, but a narratively thin movie. What? It's more about Lainey's marriage. His work almost never mentioned in the movie. Okay. Yeah, it's going to be the same thing I said over and over again. I do see what they're saying there. I do think, they didn't focus on the work as much and focused a little bit more on the marriage, but I'd rather focus on the marriage than focus on a guy writing music
because
for 2 hours.
That was the whole soundtrack was Leonard's music, and there was moments of him writing it.
I was going to mention, I love that, by the way, the fact that they included his actual music, something Elvis didn't do, and I was pissed.
Yeah, that's kind of nuts.
He was actually in the background.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah.
But whatever. That's something I'm glad you brought that up, that I loved about this film that people just aren't talking about. It hasn't really made a lot of money, hasn't really went up in the Netflix movie rankings. Sucks to see. I feel like it would have done a little bit better if it was a release in theaters.
Yeah.
But they just don't want to take a chance on Bradley Cooper, but I will say I want to see more from him. I want to see him do more different stuff. I think that he truly understands acting in a way that we all hope we can eventually figure out.
Yeah, dude.
It was like them trying to say he was trying too hard. I didn't feel that at all.
I
Like,
disagree completely.
There's just it was very subtle acting and very subtle choices. And I loved
that's
it.
my opinion, but like
No, you're right.
I was honestly wondering how you're gonna feel because Andrew told me that a lot of reviews he saw weren't as good either, and it's like, I will say this because this is the opposite of what his list said. His list had Maestro and the top 10 movies of like November, December. Maestro is at 10 or 5, like the lowest, and then Iron Claw was at number 1. I personally think I like this movie better than Iron Claw.
I do.
So that's where like I was like,
yeah, it's close.
it's extremely close.
What do you want out of the movie? Then that's going to be the choice you make.
Yeah, right.
You know, and here's the thing too. When it comes to these types of movies, I usually do get bored.
Mm-hmm.
I guess what's weird. These long story-driven movies, I do get bored. But it was the realism of the acting that kept me into it. I guess maybe just as an actor, we see it different. As actors, we see it
That's
different.
what I was telling my parents.
But I was just like, man.
I think it's because we're grading it in a different way than the normal audience. They're just going to watch a movie, and we're kind of looking for the art in it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm not gonna lie. At first, I was like, Jesus, I gotta sit through this.
Bro, dude,
You know?
I cried like 7 times in this movie. I don't think I've ever cried more in a fucking movie.
What?
If we were in the theaters together, you would watch me cry like 20 times, dude.
Nothing's gonna be either The Notebook or Bridge to Terabithia for me. Those are the top 2.
Dude,
I'll stand beside it.
Terabithia is so sad.
R.I.P.
I remember being in
Legend.
freaking middle high school crying to
Gets
that.
me every time,
Bro,
brother.
I was like, what's going on? Where is she? I'm like, where is she?
Where is she?
Where is she? Bring her here.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
man.
it was just, I didn't cry, I think because I was just so amazed by the acting.
I cried a lot.
I was just like, Jesus, dude, like, it was just so well executed, man. Yeah, I don't have much else to say other than this movie was just executed better than...
You know, that's the thing. I genuinely don't have a single, like, I don't have anything negative because there's nothing generally off the top of my head that I can be like, yeah, I didn't like this. Like, I liked the movie. You know what I mean? That's how I pretty much, I guess, grade my shits.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, the only negative for me is that the talking over each other. There's 2 scenes where I was like, ugh.
Yeah.
Every other scene worked. There was
Yeah.
did like 10 times.
Yeah.
But it's 2 of the scenes I was like, bro, why are you doing that in this? Like, what are we doing here?
Have you ever seen Burnt?
Burnt?
This
What's
one.
that? Oh, no.
Yeah, because I didn't know he like spent like a few months in a kitchen becoming head chef. Like he's probably certified to go be a head chef with like Gordon Ramsay because he did it. Donkey.
So funny.
Yeah, no, but
I have
he's a
seen
good actor, bro.
I have seen these 4. And
I haven't seen Nightmare Alley.
let's see, I haven't seen any of these. Of course, I've seen the Hangover movies.
You seen A Star Is Born?
What?
You've seen A Star Is
Yes,
Born, right?
I have.
Good one.
Where's it at? Oh, there it is.
I think it would have if it wasn't going against.
How did Stars Born have... okay, whatever. Because it was a theater release. That's exactly what it is. Anyway,
Yeah, that's such a good point. I didn't even think about that.
that's what it is. This movie's going to get hated on just because it's a streaming service. Original. One thing I wanted to talk about, too. Did you see the producers on this movie?
No.
It was actually stupid.
Is
Guess
that-
who 2 of the other producers other than Bradley Cooper were? Just pick them. It's 2 of the biggest names of all time for directing and producing.
Like maybe like Seth Rogen.
No. Bigger.
Bigger. Just tell me.
Martin Scorsese and Steven Spielberg were producers on this movie. Now, producers can mean anything. Producers can mean that they just gave insight, or means they could have been hands-on. Martin Scorsese and Steven Spielberg as 2 of the producers on this film. I watched the credits. It was crazy. Crazy.
That's nuts as hell, bruh.
So,
I understand why it was cinematically. That's the thing. No matter what, you can argue it's boring all you want, but cinematically, it's
oh my god,
amazing.
It's
movie.
one of Bradley's first. I don't think it's his first movie he directed, but it's going to be one of his. What are we doing with
I thought
Dove,
he
dude?
directed A Star Is Born.
I don't think so. Did he?
I thought he did.
Maybe I'm tripping.
Or because I thought he did, and then she wrote the music for it. But I could be wrong.
Maybe I'm tripping. Let's see. Stars Born.
Listen, I could be tripping. I don't know.
Directed by Bradley Cooper.
Brad.
Well, different kind of style in this movie, though. That's
Yo,
interesting.
can we talk about this, though? Probably best actor-director.
Right now? Yeah, I would say so. I got to look at, like...
Who is he competing with?
Carey Mulligan, there it
Full
is.
Paradise. Huh? What?
Dude, Charlie Day is probably number one for me, dude. So I can find the producers in this movie. I want to show you. I know I'm not...
Wait, go
lying to you.
up. Right, wait down a little bit. Right under the all cast and crew. Wait, one more. Production, right? Nope, maybe. Should be somewhere there. Maybe. Ah, okay, there we go.
There's Steven and Martin Scorsese.
Wow.
Crazy. This is wild. So, big props, man. And the cinematography was by this guy. I've never heard of him before. I don't know what he's done. A cinematographer. Oh, Black Swan was huge. Never seen it. Oh, he did Stars Born as well. Stars Born had beautiful visuals, but it was a very different vibe.
The
Oh, he
Whale?
did The Whale.
Ooh. Oh, The Prom, that's cool.
We are
Venom.
Venom. Oh, yeah. All right, let's do our rating for this film.
You go first.
I gotta go first?
I'm pretty sure I went first last week.
Yeah, what am I basing this off of? I'm gonna go with a 9.7 for me. 9.7.
Bro, I thought I was too high. That was the same thing I did.
You got 9.7 too? Let's get it, baby. Come on now. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Bro, in
No,
my
it's
head,
not
I was
too
like,
high.
I was like 9.7. I was like, this dude's gonna say like 8.3 or
No,
something. Get me out of here.
9.7.
Wipe me out of the box.
No, bro. No, I listen. Yeah, 9.7, dude. I was thinking about 9.8 at first.
I was gonna be a little
Really?
embarrassed. I was nervous. I was like,
I was gonna say 9.8.
when
but I
you
was like,
edit
eh.
this, just watch my face before I'm like sitting there like, what is he gonna say?
I'll zoom in. Yeah, no, 9.7 for me. I was gonna go 9.8, but a little high.
I was between 9.6 and 9.7.
Yeah. So 9.7. I mean, it's just that acting is some of the best acting I've ever seen.
Ever seen in my freaking
And
life.
the writing is some of the best writing. There's no point where I was like, this dialogue is cringy. Not a single point.
It felt perfect for the time. Their relationship felt lively all the time, even when it wasn't like dead. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It never felt like. That's what I think made it so believable that they were in love type thing. You know what I mean?
I gotta switch to my movies.
I gotta switch to real quick.
Just two of them.
But yeah, bro. No, I completely I legit. I this is what I was saying. I don't have like the acting is some of the best acting I've ever seen. I feel like the direction and the cinematography were freaking phenomenal. The soundtrack was Leonard Bernstein himself. Like, what more do you want?
Great.
What more do you want?
Great
And then
question.
the makeup. Let's talk about the freaking makeup. You know what I mean?
Beautiful.
He aged amazingly in the
Amazingly.
way like they were literally keeping up with every different time. He looked
Yes.
different a little bit. You know what I mean? Even her. Even before she was like, when she was getting older, just seeing like it in her face, you know what I mean? And when they flash back to her young at the end, I was like, oh my God.
It's changed.
Yeah.
And then you see when she's dying of cancer.
Looked so real.
So real.
Whoa.
And it just...
Dude, that had me, bro. It was so
It was
realistic.
beautiful. It truly was beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
yeah.
9.7s. First time we got the same one in a minute.
In a
First time we've
minute,
been on the
yeah.
same page for a minute. We
Yeah.
viewed. I think we hit like 2 and 3 or 2 in a row where we had the same rating early on when we first started. We're like, man, we're thinking the same. It was all downhill from there. It's your fault. Unreal. No, but there you go. Those are our Maestro, or is it Maestro? Maestro review. You guys let us know what you thought about this movie down below. Comment.
Go watch it.
Just comment. Even if you don't want to tell us what you thought about the movie, just comment. Say hi.
Yeah.
We'll say hi back. Maestro. Spell it without looking at how it's spelled, though.
Yeah.
That'd be funny. But yeah, love y'all, man. Let us know your rating down below. We thought of the movie, and if you're watching this, like the movie review, I'll see you next time.
We appreciate you.
Boom.
Thanks for coming.
It's time, dude.
It's time!
time.
Bro, screw actors news, dude. I don't care. There's nothing that's going on.
I was about to ask you. Dude, I have all these pages still, and I don't see nothing, brother. I've got nothing.
It's a weird time. It's a weird time.
The most I saw, Amber Heard, welcome back from film debut since the trial. You know what I mean? Apparently, she's got some good praise recently.
Cover your beds.
You're a funny man.
Yeah.
You're a funny freaking man, buddy.
Toilet's never gonna get clogged, brother.
Huh?
So the toilet's never gonna get clogged because she just poops on beds.
Oh yeah, there you go. Never gonna get some sleep though.
For real.
All right. I mean, yeah, not talking about Amber Heard though.
Yeah, it's weird, man. I don't feel like I know like it's gonna audition season will start picking up again, but for me, like I said, for me, sorry, my mic. There it is. But for me though, like it starts picking up for me around summertime, is when it's always been.
Oh yeah.
Like, I'll get auditions, but like when I'm getting them almost every week, it'll be in the summertime. So I'm just chilling, getting ready to film.
Summertime sadness.
So we are going to be. Sorry. Since there is no actors news or acting news, we are going to be ranking our top 29.
Top 29.
Basically, all of the movies we saw and reviewed in 2023. These are only going to be 2023 releases. There's a lot of movies that I saw for the first time last year that I love. The Planet of the Apes movies, Interstellar, a lot of great ones that I saw for the first time. The Harry Potter movies. But we're not ranking those because they're not 2023 releases, and I don't know where they would fit on this list. They'd all be on the top.
We're not ranking them.
Interstellar would be number 1, and there would be a big gap between that and number 2 because it's. Have you seen it?
Bro, I have, but it's been so long. And I remember certain scenes, like very specific scenes. I actually really like the one scene where they land for the first time and it's all water.
Dude, listen.
And then it quickly turns.
We're out here watching so many depressing movies. Just watch it now.
You're right.
So we can get back on the happy train soon.
You're right. I'll watch that and then watch Leo.
We got Winnie the Pooh 2 coming out. So we need Blood and Honey 2. So we need to get all the sad stuff out of the way.
Yeah, you're right.
It's going to be funny, dude. So let's just get it out. Seriously, watch it.
Yeah, I know.
I'm being serious.
I need to watch a few things.
At night, this week, put some time, decide,
I'll
sit down and
cry a
watch
few
it.
times.
No, I've never cried to a movie harder. That was one of the movies I missed earlier. Interstellar made me cry harder than any movie I've ever cried.
Yeah.
I was sitting there for like an hour, be like, dude, you're fine, dude. It's not impacting you.
It's
dog.
okay.
You're good.
I'm okay.
Anyway, these are all the movies we ranked. Listen, I do want to start by saying this. It might not align with the actual ratings that we've given movies.
Yeah.
Like Maestro is probably the highest I've ever rated a movie this year. It's not number 1. Spoiler alert. It's not.
I'm the same way.
But I'm basing it off of enjoyment, rewatchability, how much fun I had with it, my theater experience. All these are all going into one when I rate these. So,
because now it's a different, like you said, it's a different caliber. And we're not going to rank something like Oppenheimer, like how we're going to rank Cocaine Bear. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I might have given Cocaine Bear a higher rating, but obviously, there's nothing against Cocaine Bear, but
no, love Cocaine Bear.
But yeah, I'm just saying, you get what I'm trying to get.
Yeah. Right next to Meth Dog. Can't go wrong with it.
No, what was it? It was a Meth Coon or Crackoon.
Crackoon. Is that out? Is it coming out this year? I think it's coming out this year, baby.
Meth Gator.
Elizabeth Banks, Meth Gator, giving us great films. All right. I'm dying.
And for the same 29, I think.
3, 2, 1. Fool's Paradise. God, I hate that movie.
That movie was terrible.
It's not even good. It's like, we don't need to talk about it. We can just keep going.
No, there's nothing to talk about.
Anyway.
Yeah, it really wasn't. I that's all I will say. It just wasn't enjoyable.
It was like actually bad. Like bad.
I would never watch it again.
No.
Yeah. No.
Like,
I don't think.
It's one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
I love you, Charlie Day. Daniel Day. Charlie Day. I love you so much, but like, I've never sat through a movie and been like, I'll never watch this again. That's like the only movie I've ever seen where I'm like, I'm never watching this again. Or I can at least think of.
In one of his press conferences, he said this movie's going to change lives. Oh, it changed lives.
It changed lives for sure.
It took a lot.
All right.
I'm joking.
What's your 28?
I think we have the same 28.
Do we?
Asteroid City.
So,
and then
mine.
Good.
What's your next one?
Shazam 2.
Okay. Mine's actually, my 28's The Machine. And I explained that to you. I didn't have a good day when we saw The Machine. I really wasn't there. I kind of like fell asleep a little bit. I was just not there that
I'll put
day.
the picture up on screen.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, there's a picture. I was not there.
Cassie's in the background.
Yeah.
Patrick's over there.
I was not. That was the one film this year we saw that I just wasn't available for.
Also, by the way, the only film that we did not see at the main 3 theaters we usually go to, we were at some other weird theater.
Oh, you're
Remember?
so right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
you're
Patrick's
totally right.
idea.
Yeah.
Screw that guy.
But screw that guy up.
He just really had a great mental health excursion in Africa for 6 months, but screw that guy, dude.
Yeah. You're actually going to be surprised. My 27 is Scream 6.
Okay. I don't hate that because you heard my opinion on the movie. I thought it was one of the worst Scream movies.
Yes.
I thought it was better than Scream 5.
Yes.
But
and that's the thing I liked, because I totally agree with your Shazam and Asteroid City. Asteroid City's right next. But I think I like Shazam a little bit more than I liked Scream 6. That's why I only put it a little higher. Okay. But I totally agree with that. Okay. We're in the same ballpark right now.
No, trust me, with this next one, you're going to be like, oh my God. So yeah, it's Fool's Paradise, 28 Shazam 2, Asteroid City, 27 Shazam 2, and then 26 is The Machine.
26 is Asteroid City.
Okay, so we're on the same wavelength.
It's the same 5.
By the way, I switched them a little bit.
Oh,
like, it was kind of in this area. So yeah, we were on the same. I know you looked at some other stuff, don't worry.
Yeah, no, I was looking around.
It's all right, so you going, okay.
I was like, hey, whoa. What's that list there?
Yeah, no, so yeah, Machine 26 was not a fan of it. I mean, I was there completely, and I just thought it was good, but it was not even good. It was okay. It felt just the quality of their production felt weird. It felt like an indie movie almost.
I was gonna say it felt like a comedian trying to make a movie, not a movie with a comedian actor.
Thank
you. Know what I mean?
If we raised like $100,000, we could have made that.
Yeah, we could have.
That's the vibe it gave off.
And no, I 100% agree.
Yeah.
It's like Bill Burr is somebody I think is really good at like actually acting, and like he has like his own TV show and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Super funny guy.
You're
25 or no, my 26 was Asteroid City.
Oh yeah, we talked about
It was good. I liked the cast, and I thought it was like aesthetically one of the best films I've seen all year. But everything else,
story,
was just
what
like,
are we doing?
What were we watching, bro?
I don't know. The alien came down. I was gone, dude. That was the final straw. I was like, "What? We have to take it seriously?"
And then I find out Jeff Goldblum. I'm like, that was animated. That was not a real person, bro.
Yeah. Speaking of that, the aliens in Miami, dude. What's going on with that?
You saw that?
Yeah, 10-foot tall aliens.
Crazy.
Anyway, 25 for me. Ant-Man 3.
25 for me is Shazam: Fury of Gods.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It was just, I guess I kind of had a more enjoyable experience than the other few that I've said. Maybe it's just, I think the only fact about it is it's a superhero movie, and that's kind of the only edge it had on everything else. Because the acting in the other films were probably better. Like, I don't know. I just like, what's his face?
Zachary Levi,
and I like the superhero aspect. But.
Yeah, I just remember the dialogue in that movie was horrible at times.
Horrible.
And I was like, Jesus.
Dude, that's the only reason Ant-Man is like, because Ant-Man is pretty close, but it's a little higher because I like the dialogue.
Well, just that moment.
That one moment in the end.
What is it? I'm not a dick.
I'm not a dick.
I'm not a dick.
You don't have to be a dick. You don't have to be like that. I can't remember the daughter. She was like trying to pep talk about being an asshole.
Stupid. It's so dumb.
Oh, man. So Shazam, and then what did you say? Ant-Man.
Ant-Man for 25.
I understand that.
Yeah.
Mine's like
it's not a good Marvel movie. It's not a good MCU movie.
Yeah.
It's down there with, well, I don't know. I kind of like the Dark World for Thor, as weird as it sounds. A lot of people hated that movie. The second Thor movie.
Yeah. I haven't seen it in a while.
Actually, I kind of liked it.
I can't say I liked it myself, but I also can't remember too much of it.
Not the worst, in my opinion. Anyway, but yeah, it's down there. What's another horrible Marvel movie? Down there with like the Eternals.
Okay.
And just not really my favorite, but this one was extra bad in my opinion. Number 24, you're gonna hate me. Gonna hate me.
Am I?
Yeah.
What is?
Talk to me, brother.
Really?
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. Looking at some other ones, I'm like, maybe I should have put it higher. But I will say this: here and up, it's quality films. I will say that.
Well, see, that's my thing. Insidious is my 24 because I think Insidious is 100% a worse movie than. Well, that's my opinion.
Yeah.
I felt it was worse than Talk to Me.
Okay.
And that sucks because Insidious, is like one of my, besides The Conjuring, like my favorite horror franchise. And I just thought it was fucking terrible, dude.
Yeah.
There's nothing good about it. I mean, the ghost song at the end. Stay with me.
Yeah, that's a movie that I just don't remember a lot about, but I did enjoy the I don't know. I remember the friend being super annoying, but I thought the scares in that movie and the suspense was really well done.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, Talk to Me I thought was a very cool, unique idea. But you heard right when we started with the reviews, right from the get-go, I was like, it's just not my type of film.
Yeah.
And I got nothing against it. I think it's a well-made film. It's just not my type of horror movie. And like I said, from here on up, actually, like, these movies aren't bad in my opinion.
Okay.
Like they might not be great, but they have some kind of quality to them. Everything under this was garbage in my opinion.
We are kind of getting. Yeah, I'd agree. Everything that we're getting out of is not very good.
Yeah. Or some kind of meaning to me that I like. It's a little bias from here on out.
What's your number 23?
What's your number 24?
Insidious.
It was Insidious. Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 23 for me is Renfield.
Mine's Murder Mystery 2.
Okay. That'll be here soon.
Same. Actually, I like Renfield a lot. But nothing against Murder Mystery. It just was one of those where it kind of fell. You know what I mean? Like I was looking
rightfully so.
Yeah, I was like looking at it and I was like, damn. Like it's not a bad movie at all. And honestly, probably could move higher, but I was just like, there's all the other movies I feel are better or I enjoyed more. You get what I'm saying?
It's not great. The only reason it's higher for me is I love Adam Sandler is my favorite actor of all time.
Yeah.
And you know me, how
I
love
thought
Adam
you were going to be
Sandler.
proud of me for at least putting it down.
No, I was expecting it to be a lot lower. I'm not gonna lie. I was expecting it to be your 24. That's what I was expecting. It's not great.
Now Hubie Halloween.
Hey, number one. That's actually a funny movie, dude. Murder Mystery 2. Yeah, no, I'm with you. Like I expected it to be a lot
sadly
lower.
fell there. Like
It's biased for me, so I get it.
Yeah. What's your 23?
Renfield.
Renfield.
No, listen, I liked
Again,
it.
it's one of
It's
those
good.
that just kind of falls in the place where it does. You know what I mean?
Fun. I think it would have been a lot better if it was a serious horror movie. And I think it would have been, I don't know, I enjoyed it for what it was. It was just not something that, and I remember really liking it, but just not a film that I'm really going to ever go back to.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't poorly made. I thought it did a good job of the parody horror aspect.
Yeah.
This could have done a little bit more with how messed up the gore.
That was my only complaint.
Yeah,
that's
it
why
held
it's
back.
a little higher for me because I really like the movie, but like, bro, I know exactly what you're saying. It's probably one of those that should have been like, if it wasn't rated R, it should have been rated R.
Yep.
Even if it was funny.
I think it was rated R. They just held back.
Yeah.
I think that's what it was. Number 22.
I'm looking for number 22, Exorcist Believer.
Okay.
Not a bad. Again, like I said, it's not these. This
Lydia.
is
Sorry. I have a
I'm
shout
sorry.
out to my girl Lydia. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I think the problem for me is like we agreed. None of the movies that I'm saying from here on out I deem are bad.
Yeah.
I just personally like they fall. Like something like The Boogeyman is literally slightly higher just because I enjoyed it just like slightly more. But it's not that
Not
much
major.
higher.
I would say now we're in the foggy area where all these movies are grouped together.
Yeah, it's
you know
like,
what I mean?
yes, no, totally. And it's just, I'm kind of like, I could literally rearrange the next like probably 10 movies. You know what I mean? But these are just in the moment when I was thinking, I was like, yeah, this is what I'm thinking.
No, yeah, we're in that foggy era right now, so you are chilling, baby.
Exorcist Believer was great. I literally didn't dislike anything about it. I just think the ending, like...
So stereotypical.
Yeah, but like I said, everything, the acting was probably the best part about it. Like
So
Lydia
good.
and the other girl's performance was probably the best part of the film.
Leslie Odom Jr. as the dad. He was great as
amazing.
well. With him losing his wife and everything, he carried that grief in his character well. Yeah, I'm with you. I also, like, one thing I hate about that movie is they should have incorporated the soundtrack more.
Yeah.
Bro, if they would have incorporated the soundtrack more, like the typical like score, I mean, from the original Exorcist, the
100%.
Like, oh man, I feel like it would have just added so much more, especially going to Halloween Horror Nights and hitting up that house. You go right and you hear that theme song and it sets the tone. Why did they not set that tone for this movie? I don't know. That was the biggest L in my opinion for it. Did it deserve the hate it got? No, I think it was a little bit better than what the hate gave it, but I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't great. It wasn't great. I will say that. My number 22 is Boogeyman.
See, like I said, they're very like...
Yeah. We're on this. We're feeling it out.
Yeah,
We're in the
yeah,
same era, so
yeah.
there's not any big. My number 16 is gonna make you mad, but other than that, we're good right here. Boogeyman. I like I said, I really enjoyed this film. I enjoyed it more than Renfield, Talk to Me, and those other ones. Just because like they took an idea that's been around for years, decades, and they made it interesting.
Oh, absolutely.
And that final act was so much fun.
So much fun.
With the fire and
the
everything.
Creature. Yeah.
Yes, and how they'd have to contain it. And it was just so well done, man.
And our boy David.
The grief thing and David won the Oscar, dude. If this isn't nominated, we got problems, dude. But no, just like the grief with the therapy and that aspect of it was really interesting.
Different. It's
Very
traditionally
different.
like the religious thing, and they went a therapeutic sense, and I thought that was cool. It was modern.
The glowing ball was very well used in this movie.
Yep.
There was aspects that I enjoyed, but at the same time, it was just like they fell into a lot of the same tropes.
Yeah.
And was this the movie where they tried that stupid storyline with like the connection to the boogeyman? Is that what this movie was? You know what I'm talking about? Where it's like she's walking down the hall, or someone's walking down the hall, and they see visions of like that their daughter or a sister, in a connection to the. You know what I'm talking about though? We had a movie this year like that where she's walking down a hall, almost looked like a school hall or something, and she kept seeing. I think it was like a drawing that she saw when she was younger. Is that the boogeyman? Oh, dude, you'll know what I'm talking about when
I don't
you
know.
see it. We watched it in theaters. One of these films. Oh,
Damn it, Brad.
dude, I feel like it was this one.
Was it a drawing of the boogeyman?
I think so. And she's walking I don't remember. But if you guys, I don't know. God, I gotta watch it again now, see if that's the one. But
Yeah.
that aspect is pretty well done if that's the movie I'm thinking of. But yeah, this movie though, like, fell into a lot of the same tropes, and that's the one negative thing about it.
Yeah.
You kind of knew when some of the jump scares were happening. A very predictable type of movie at times.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it for what it was, and like I said, these movies going up, I enjoyed. So that's Boogeyman at number 22.
All right. What did I say? Exorcist. Yeah, I already said my reason.
Yep. All right.
21. Me first.
Me first. I'm going to Scream 6.
Scream 6. Okay.
Scream 6.
Ant-Man Quantumanium. Again, that's just because, I thought this was a better superhero movie than Shazam.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was cool. It wasn't great. You know what I mean? I thought Kang was really nice. I thought the lines were cool. And I liked it. It was good.
Yeah.
But that's all I got to say. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I really wish Jonathan Majors would have been able to come back and play that role, because he did it so well.
So well.
He was scary.
Yeah.
And it's crazy.
That's what I think I loved about it.
Yeah.
I remember I told you that specifically. I really liked Kang.
We both did. We both
Yeah.
were like, man, he's like, he could be scarier than Thanos.
Yeah.
He just had this like this scary, just hateful vibe around him, dude, where he just wanted to kill everybody. And I was like, ooh,
it was
love
more
that.
hatred than anyone else. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
because like Thanos did it for a reason. It was like, I'm gonna get rid of half the population for everybody else's sake.
greater good.
You know what I mean? Even though in the comics he just wanted to kill people and take souls and give it to that one like main lady, whatever her name was.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, they took the different route to it, so it wasn't as scary. This guy just wants to conquer.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? He'll take over, he'd kill your people to take over your planet. That's crazy
Just
stuff.
because he's better than you.
He wants to create a bunch of him.
Yeah.
That's scary. So I think they're still going forward with the King stuff, which is cool to see.
They're recasting him.
Because they were going to be doing like Galactus or whatever. I don't think we're ready for that yet. Let's do King.
Yeah,
Let's
him
go
and like
Galactus.
Doctor Doom.
Yeah, let's wait it out a little bit.
Yeah.
'Cause you can introduce Doctor Doom in the new Fantastic Four movie and then wait it out.
Yep.
Scream 6, I enjoyed it, man.
Yeah, it was a good movie.
I just have once again a little bit biased because I love this franchise now. It had a lot of problems with it. I think it was better than Scream 5. It got away from Woodsboro for the first time, I believe. Or no, Scream 3 was also, they did the filming and stuff. But this is the first time that they went to like a big city in New York.
Mm-hmm.
And I enjoyed it a lot, man. I thought they played with that very well. I thought the opening was very interesting with like him being like, oh wow, we're showing the Ghostface killer, and then he was just like someone that put on the mask. I don't know if you remember that.
Yes, I do.
The guy that played Flash in Spider-Man.
yes, I do remember that.
That was a cool little opening, and it caught everybody off guard. Very unique.
Mm-hmm.
Soundtrack was great. The ending was really fun. This Scream movie, man, the dialogue wasn't great, and not having Dewey in it obviously held it back. Trying to focus. They didn't get these old characters coming back. There's no reason for Courtney Cox to come back. She was just a throwaway character. Literally no reason for her. So what are we doing
Box
there?
office character.
It was dumb. Yeah, Gail Weathers can leave. Now what do you do with Marissa Barrero and Jenna Ortega leaving?
Yeah,
I don't
right.
know. I think what you should have done the entire time, which is bring Stu back for Scream 7, but I was wanting Stu to come back and be the dad of Melissa Barrero's character, which we didn't know who the dad was. Or sorry, not the dad. Because the dad was Billy.
Yeah.
There's something I forgot what the theory I saw was, but bring him back, let him have some kind of connection, right, with one of these characters, and let him. It kind of like what the original theory was for Scream 3 or what the original script was going to be. If you guys, I'm not going to explain it here because I've explained it so many times, but if you want to go watch that, it's in one of the previous episodes. Basically, Stu is, controlling these high school kids to, like a cult, to kill people. And then Columbine happened and they had to throw it out. Do something like that. But now you get rid of these, these characters that we've been with since Scream 5. So now, talking about Jenna Ortega and Melissa Barrero's character.
Yeah.
So now what's the point in doing all that? So I don't know. They're going to have to bring back Stu or bring back Neff Campbell. You have to at this point. So we'll see what they do. I'm not as excited for Scream 7 now, but they could, especially with FNAF coming out, I could see Matthew Lillard definitely coming back and doing another Scream. So if he's coming back, I'll be excited. Hopefully it's like an actual surprise like what they did with the other Spider-Man movies or Spider-Man No Way Home. Mm-hmm. That'd be really cool if they keep it a secret and then it's a big surprise, but we'll see kind of how they go about it.
Yeah.
But that's why Scream 6 is 21 for me.
I enjoy. My number 20 is The Boogeyman.
Yes, sir.
I'm right in that box.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
What about you?
Indiana 5.
Indiana 5?
Dial of Destiny.
Okay, you know what's funny? That's my next one.
Okay, we can talk about it together. That's your 24.
Yeah. You already touched on the stuff on
24,
Boogeyman.
sorry, you're
19.
19.
Boogeyman, great movie. I love the way they used the monster. I think that was the coolest part of the film. I love the story. It was very untraditional. Like I said, I like the therapeutics approach rather than the religious approach.
Yeah.
Which I know that's like a small thing, but I just thought it was different. You know what I mean? I thought it stood out. And cool plot. But besides that, like you said, it's typical tropes, things like that. But, not the best, but not the worst horror movie I've ever seen.
No.
I'd definitely watch it again.
Yep.
But
Dial of Destiny.
Dial of Destiny.
Enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But it's one of my least favorite Indiana Jones movies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Falls at the bottom. It's probably second. I think I rated it second to last.
It's funny because I didn't have this as high, but then I sat there and I was like, I definitely would rather watch this than something like Ant-Man and a few of the other stuff that I've named. Yeah.
Yeah. I wasn't a fan of it just because all the other side characters were so annoying. Ugh. The girl, the little boy, I didn't care for him.
The girl was so annoying.
So annoying. Like
just give her own movie. Give her own movie.
Give her own movie. Why do you gotta have her there?
The whole time.
Passing of the torch is what they want to do.
Yeah,
no one wants to movie with her. Nothing against the actress. Nothing against any of that. It's just this is Indiana Jones, bro.
Dude, Harrison Ford, 86-year-old ass, is getting doing all of this to film a movie for you, and you're gonna try and take the limelight away from my guy. That's just annoying.
Horrible.
Bring Shia LaBeouf back. That's a true leader.
That's
the story that we need, and he takes over the helm.
He might punch a few people on set, but that's besides the point. Bring him in. Let him be the son, and let him take the torch and go.
I remember that they said they killed him, but you never know. He's an explorer. He got out of it.
He got fake his death.
Yeah.
He's Indy's son, bro. What are you talking about?
That's what I'm saying.
Did you see him in that movie? My boy conquered the aliens.
Yeah.
Stop playing.
He's not dead. He's
Crystal Skull, baby. That's what I'm saying. He has a whole organization up there running a fantasy football team, dude, from Mars, dog.
Oh, my God. You see Bijan was a 75-yard touchdown today?
Are you serious?
I hate that guy, yeah. 75-yard reception touchdown today. And I literally said, where have you been all season?
You know the Falcons people. Oh, yeah. Well, fantasy football's over now anyway, right?
Yeah. This is last week. Heck yeah.
You didn't win the championship?
I won in my other league, but not in our league. I made the championship. I just lost. Rashad White and Stephon Diggs. Wiley.
Screw that guy, dude.
Screw that guy.
Unreal. Anyway.
Whatever. What's your 19?
I want to say one more thing about Indiana. I really like the ending. It was cool.
I love that.
Him actually seeing, not dying, but him seeing. That should have been his death.
I was just about to say they should have just left him.
Just saying.
Yep.
But whatever. They got to make money. Harrison Ford's not coming back, dude. He's not coming back for another one. No, he's not. There's no way. This dude's 80-something. Yeah, no. Not happening. He's not coming back. Kill him off. He's done.
Bro's a robot.
Unreal. Number 19 is Murder Mystery 2.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah. Enjoyed it. I just love Adam Sandler more than most of the population.
Yeah, I get you.
So I can't, it's not a great movie. I'll admit it's not really that great. But it's Adam Sandler movies, and I'll sit there and just watch Adam Sandler movies all day. Every day. And, so I love Adam Sandler.
But it wasn't bad. It was a
No,
good
it wasn't
movie.
bad. It's just not the dialogue's garbage,
Yeah,
and the like the CGI at times. You're like, dude, what are we doing?
Bro with the helicopter.
Yeah, dude,
I
it's
was
so
like,
bad. Or like the background in some of the shots.
yeah, you
it's
were
like,
like,
oh.
yeah, it's completely fake.
But yeah, it's so bad. But I love it, dude. It's so funny.
Yeah.
So funny. What is it? Where they like he gets in the crash and you have like you got the suitcase. They're like, oh no, it's fine. He just crashed and it just blows up. He's like, oh well, he's dead.
Oh yeah,
It's
yeah,
so
yeah.
funny, dude. But yeah, there's a bunch of funny moments within it. Not as good as the first murder mystery movie.
Yeah.
That one's really good. This one wasn't as much of a mystery, or didn't play into the mystery aspect as well. Very similar to Scream and how the franchise went along.
I just when I
but
saw
I like
the
it.
movie got a second one, I was just not confused because of course you can like, but it's just like how much can you something like Grown Ups?
Yeah.
I liked because you could always there's different generations of kids.
Dude,
and
Grown
stuff.
Ups 3, bro.
Yeah, it's kind of okay, and I feel like Knives Out did it decently well, but it was kind of like Knives Out when I saw there was a second one. I was like, like
I
how
didn't see
many,
the second one.
it's the glass onion or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? But it's just kind of like what are you gonna do? You're gonna go solve another mystery, you know what I mean?
I was not a fan of the first Knives Out
I didn't
at
actually see it.
all.
I didn't see it.
I thought it was stupid.
Really,
On a
Sean
DR miss, I
loves that.
loved it.
Sean loves that movie.
Really?
Yeah.
The original Clue was better, based off the game.
Oh yeah.
That one was funny.
They need to make a newer one.
They do. That one's a little dated.
Yeah.
But it's great because there's different endings.
Oh really?
Dude, I had the DVD. I remember when I was up in it, living in Georgia, we would always go. This was in 2017. We would always go to we lived in a small town, dude, so small.
Yeah.
And like the one little like library they had was like the hot spot. We would go there and rent movies. This is before like streaming services really like right before streaming services started
Like
taking off.
Blockbuster was the thing.
Yeah.
Them Netflix boxes at the gas station were the place to
Yeah,
go.
yeah. Maybe not that long ago, but we're close to it, you know. Dude, the beard's not giving away that bad, is it? Chill out, dog. Beard. Yeah, no, but like everybody would go there and like it was actually a thing in that town to go there and rent movies. So they'd have some dope movies there. That's what I watched: Fast and Furious franchise, all that stuff. And there's like a month where I didn't go to school because my virtual school I had took a while to register. So there was a month where I was doing nothing.
Yeah.
And I was like, what do I do? So anyway, so I would go there and just rent movies, and I rented I don't know where I was going with that. Wait, what were we talking about?
Renting movies, right?
Yeah, I was going to rent a movie.
And shit. I just know you're talking about popular, like you were able to watch popular franchises that way.
No, but before that, we made the Netflix joke that I was just all, I don't know, bro. We're talking about murder mystery, right?
Yeah, murder mystery too. Oh, then the glass onion thing. You saw Knives Out. You didn't really like Knives Out as much.
Yes, anyway, the Clue thing.
Clue,
So
yes,
that's where I went and watched Clue, and then the DVD I had that I rented had 6 different versions where each character was a killer.
Oh wow,
It was dope.
that's sick.
Yeah.
They don't do that like enough today.
No. So they had 6 different endings. And it was like a full like 10-minute ending.
Wow.
And well, some were like 5 minutes, and other ones were longer. Like the
Yeah.
original one was like longer. But it was pretty cool. They made like a version for each person being the killer.
Well, that's
Pretty
pretty
dope.
cool.
Yeah. Anyways, I need to watch that again. It was actually a really fun movie. But I thought they did it better than Glass Onion, personally.
Mm-hmm.
I think murder mysteries just nowadays is just overdone. And of course now it's like just review the footage. Just watch the tapes.
Look at the camera.
Just look at the camera.
Yeah,
Just saying.
no one's that good these days. I mean, the government. All right, 18.
18 for me is actually Disbeliever.
Oh, okay. Mine is actually a new one we haven't said yet,
Oh.
and it's
Yeah, because we've said almost every single one
That were the same.
together, except for Renfield. I don't think you've said Renfield yet.
yes, and that's just because Renfield's actually it's just slightly a little higher from this.
Yeah.
one. Sisu.
Oh,
I
okay.
hate that I hit
Alright.
so high because I love this movie.
Really?
Yeah, because I just looked at
Because
something.
mine's higher.
I looked at something like John Wick 4, and I
Yeah.
was like, I'd probably like they're very so similar. I have to put one over the other.
Yes.
And I put John Wick a little higher than I did Sisu, but yeah, bro, like it's one of those films that I just wish. I don't know.
My John Wick's a little too high. I'm not gonna lie, but
Really?
I like it being up there.
Well, maybe my John Wick's a little too high too, depending on.
No, mine's up there.
Oh, too high?
Yeah.
No, not too high, but too high, too high.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and it's like I said, nothing wrong with Sisu. Again, these actually, I think the next 3 or 4 I could interchange completely. I know I said about like the last 10,
But these 4, this is the part was the most hardest for me because I felt all of these were very equal in my mind. Like 18 now to like 13 were very equal for me.
Okay.
Which is very weird, but some of them is a little bit recency bias, some of them is da-da-da, but yeah, 18 to 13 is very, like, interchangeable.
Understandable.
What about you?
Yeah,
Exorcist.
Exorcist, Believer, everything you said. Great acting, great feeling overall. I think David Gordon Green is very underrated and overhated. I think Halloween Ends was ass, and we talked about that.
He was directing it, not writing it. Jesus, like
horrible. Well, I think he did have a little bit of a say in it. I will say that David Gordon Green, Blumhouse is known for, hey, you stick to our rules for the first movie, but after that, we'll let you do whatever. And that definitely was the case with Mr. David.
Dog shit.
No, listen, I love David Gordon Green. I know the guy is very talented, great dude, but yeah, he was just trying to do something different. That's one thing I do respect about him. He does different stuff every time. Like he could just do a stupid formula each time and stick with it.
yeah.
But he's someone who makes something new, which I like. It's not repetitive.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
big props to him. And the fact that he can go from making something like the Pineapple Express to doing horror is
right.
really cool. So I love David Gordon Green. He's awesome. This movie, I don't think was horrible.
I agree, yeah.
But it was nowhere near as good as Halloween 2018. And if the Halloween franchise got worse as it went along and it started out that good, imagine how much worse this movie franchise maybe would have gone if the movie started not this bad, but not as good as Halloween 2018, if you know what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
How bad could it get?
Yeah, right.
So I understand why they stopped doing it. But I do love David Gordon Green. I want to see him do more horror movies. I hope this isn't the last time because people just hate on this guy for no reason, in my opinion. But not a great film. It can be cheesy at times. The story can be very hard to follow at times, a little bit all over the place. But the ending is not great, but I still enjoyed it for what it was. So that's why it's up there for me. And it's an Exorcist movie, so I'm biased. But anyway, that's 18.
Where's your number 17?
17, Insidious 5. The
Okay.
Red Door. So, enjoyed it. Liked it a little bit more than Exorcist, just because I think it's a better movie than The Exorcist. I really like the dynamic between Patrick Wilson and his son, Ty Simpson.
Yeah, they needed to do that. They needed to do that.
They did. And I thought they executed very well. Patrick Wilson's first time directing it.
Yeah.
I thought the visuals were cool. I thought the direction style was nice. I just feel like some of the side characters were so annoying. And also, the kid's a crybaby, dude.
You want to know what I think it is, bro? You were just saying all of that, and like I was like, yeah, I don't really disagree. I think it's just I hold it such a high standard. It was almost like the Indiana Jones for you.
Yes.
I hold it at such a high standard that it just was like not like what I expected. My expectations were too high, I think.
I've only seen the first two Insidiouses.
Oh, really?
So that's why it's like you said, you know the franchise more than me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I went and watched recaps of the other Insidious movies just so I can kind of, understand
You know, you
it.
didn't really miss anything with like 4.
Yeah.
3, like, it's a little prequel, but like 4.
That lady, right? The old lady.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I...
3 and 4 are both, yeah. So it just has like a very little to do with it, but
Yeah.
But no, I understand that.
It's all right. So yeah, and that's exactly what it is. You just hold it to a higher standard, and I was just like, that's a good Insidious movie.
Yeah.
So I expect 5 movies in.
Yeah.
What's your number 17?
This might shock you a little bit. It's Cocaine Bear.
Cocaine Bear's not much higher for me. So.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and again, like I said, these next 5 were like Cocaine Bear could be 13, but like it's just when I'm writing it down and I'm comparing them all, and I'm like, this is what I want here, here, and here. It just ended up there. Nothing wrong with Cocaine Bear. I slightly like it a little bit more than Sisu. I don't.
No, you're just gonna hate my next pick. That's why
really?
I'm smiling. But
No,
sorry.
you know what I mean. And nothing against like those movies are so. That's why they're like back to back. They are so similar. Even my next one is so similar. Actually, you know what? No, actually, I think you're gonna be weird at my 16.
No.
You might.
Really?
You might.
Huh?
But yeah, that's all I gotta say. Cocaine Bear is a good movie. It's a silly movie, but that's what's so good about it is it knows its place. It knows it wasn't trying to be so serious. It was just a fun movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There's nothing negative to say.
I thought it was hilarious. I love the
So
characters.
funny.
Ice Cube's son's awesome.
So funny.
So funny.
Yeah. And like I said, even like the little kids were so great.
man. Great. The little boy like led that shit. Him and his
He
mom.
was awesome. Yeah, him and the mom, yeah.
Yeah.
The whole scene where they're like in the trees
Yeah.
And the bear goes after the dude in the tree.
Yeah, yeah.
And he climbs. It's so funny. God, I don't want to say my 16. You're gonna hate
16.
me.
Am I really?
Yeah.
No, I won't. Do it.
Number 16 for me is Oppenheimer.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I know, crazy, right? I'm just not. I don't know, man. Listen, I think Oppenheimer is better than the majority of these movies above it.
Yeah.
I just
On a personal, like...
rewatchability.
Yeah.
I need to give it another watch. I know I've been saying that. You guys know this. If you've been watching the past few episodes, then you know this. I wasn't the biggest fan of it, and I think it was just because of the theater experience. You know what I mean? I just wasn't in that right mood that day. Also, the anticipation might have been a little bit too high. The expectation might have been a little too high. I need to give it another watch.
Not to cut you off. I
Okay.
remember we were talking about it with Tracy, and she was like, yeah, that's a long movie. And I went, yeah, I saw it 3 times. I saw it 3 times in theaters.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I totally get what you're saying, though. I say that, like, Oppenheimer is a weird one for me. That's why I can't even be mad at you. It's literally, like, just so weird for me because I went and saw it that many times. I enjoyed it that much. Like, you know what I mean? I liked it more than the average person probably should. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I totally don't. I don't think that's a bad.
It hit you on a personal level.
Yes.
And
yes.
and different movies are going to hit different people on personal levels.
Yes.
And I'm not going to lie. This is a great movie, and it has one of my favorite actors of all time, one of the most underrated actors of all time, Mr. Josh Hartnett. Just saying. Cillian Murphy as well. But Josh Hartnett, love him. They're making a faculty sequel.
That was the
one professor. I'll look him up. I'll show you.
Oh yes, no, the one he
Yes.
originally friends with.
Yes.
With glasses.
Yes.
sir.
Yeah. It's Josh Hartnett.
Yeah.
Dude, they're making another faculty movie, which sucks because that original one was so good.
Oh,
Josh
yeah.
Hartnett
I've
leads
never
it.
seen it.
He's great in Halloween H2O. He's just a great actor overall. But yeah. So it's there for me. I know you're not gonna like that. I expect Oppenheimer to be in your top 7. I would say, maybe not top 5. Maybe I'll say top 7 for sure. But yeah, no, I enjoyed it. Just not my type of film.
Yeah.
And it's not because of the length thing, because Maestro's pretty high up there for me.
Yeah.
So it's not that. It just didn't hit me on that same level. So
No, I feel that. Dude, my 16 is FNAF.
that's what I thought. I expected that when you said it surprises me.
Bro, if it was rated R, it'd probably be like top 5.
Yeah.
But I love the story. I love the characters. I just also I'm like a nerd. You know what I mean? I'm a nerd coming
Personal
into
level.
like a big boy now. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I used to be a freaking nerd. Like I had every game on my phone. Like if you watch FNAF episode, you can tell how much of a nerd I am about this series, how much I know about it. So I think again, personal level, it's not that I think they did the movie bad, but there's a lot of things that I would have, like if I was directing or if I had the budget, I would have done differently. You know what I mean?
Very
Not
differently.
particularly better, but different.
Yeah.
Better.
Should have been rated.
Better.
Should have been rated R.
Yeah.
I agree. The potential is missed, and I have it pretty high up there just because I thought it was just. I love adaptations if you do them okay, and this was done better than okay. I think that's why I enjoyed it so much, and I didn't know the lore like you. I really haven't looked too deep into the comics or anything like that. I played the games growing up, looked at the comics a few times, watched a few videos, but I know you were very invested in it. I just was never there, so my expectations of what they needed to hit weren't there.
Yeah,
you
right.
knew Matthew Lillard's character. You knew what that was. I didn't know. I was like, oh my god,
Bro,
it's
yeah. I remember
Stu.
I texted you when they switched his name on the IMDb to someone completely different because
Yeah.
I had him as William Afton, and I was like, there you go. They gave it away, and then they switched his name like a month or 2 before the film came out, and I was like, what you doing? What you doing, boy? What you doing right now?
Yeah, no, it was a cool reveal. I kind of expected it because I was at the end of the movie. I was like, "Where's Matthew Lillard? This is kind of weird. I expect him. There's no way he was just in 2 scenes."
Yeah.
And then I came in. I was like, "Oh, there we go." But yeah, should have been rated R. It's a Finance at Freddy's movie. Should have been rated R. That's an absolute joke in my opinion.
Yeah.
Whatever.
What can you do?
Our number 15.
Number 15. Mine's Renfield.
Hey.
Like I said, I liked it a lot. For some
Yeah.
reason, it stuck with me a little more than a lot of the other ones. Like, I just really like Holt's, betrayal. I really like Cage as freaking Dracula. And I really enjoyed, I think what it was for me, it was a parody that didn't feel like so stupid. You know what I mean? Like, I enjoyed it. I didn't feel like I was watching a dumb movie. And it's completely was different from what I expected when I was going into it. So... But yeah, I think the only thing I didn't like, and I remember saying in the thing, was I just hated the fact that they used fake blood. Like, it looked like Kool-Aid. It didn't even look like blood. It looked like Kool-Aid.
I think that was a choice, but it looked very weird.
You know what I'm talking about? When he was,
Yeah.
like, running around, he was, like, jumping off the balconies and ripping people's, like, it was just Kool-Aid. And I was like, why, bro?
I feel like I should have liked that movie a lot more than what I did. There's something about the vibe that just threw me off.
Yeah.
Maybe it should have been a little higher on this list. I don't know. I didn't hate it. Did not hate it at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, it needs to probably be a little bit more higher than a 23 for me. That's kind of weird. My number 15 is Cocaine Bear. It's pretty funny. We have a lot of the same movies in the same area.
Yeah.
The only outlier for me is Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
And then the only outlier for you was you said something that was weird. You said FNAF. It's probably the one that threw me off the most.
It's so fun.
So we're doing pretty good. Look at us.
Yeah.
Same kind of flow here. It's gonna be very interesting. Very
or maybe
soon.
it was Sisu because I had Sisu at.
It was
18,
Sisu. Yeah, Cocaine Bear at 15. I love this movie. I thought it was so cool.
Mm-hmm.
I knew what it was going into it, and man, I had. There we go. I had such a fun time watching it. I mean, it got so gory at times, and it was just so funny. It knew what it was. It didn't try to be more serious than what it was. How they got Ray Liotta to do it, I don't know. Doesn't make any sense. This guy was in Godfather, Irishman, whatever.
Yeah.
So it was just kind of strange, but one of the greatest actors of the 90s and 80s. But yeah, it's pretty funny to see him in this role and to see some other actors that I know in this role in this movie. They did great, and it was just a funny film, dude.
It was one of the funnier films of 2023.
It didn't try to be what it wasn't. It knew what it was.
Yeah.
Fed into that. Had a great time with it. Elizabeth Banks did a phenomenal job directing and helped writing this movie. Yeah, great film. If you wanted just a good laugh, dude, watch it. It's so funny.
Yeah.
The bear literally does coke.
Absolutely. Yeah. Literally. How he rolls around in it when he falls asleep on people after he crashes, it's fucking hilarious.
And then he goes and you see lifts up his nose to smell the cocaine miles away, and that's how it gets to certain people.
Yeah.
It's so funny, dude. So funny.
15. Good 15's right there. What's your number 14?
Sisu.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
right
fair.
there with it.
Yeah.
So yeah, Sisu's. But don't get me wrong. Like looking back on it, I might switch Cocaine Bear and Sisu for number. From Cocaine.
That was
Cocaine Bear
mine.
15 to
I
14.
was the same way.
Yeah.
Cocaine Bear was 17, Sisu was 18. So it was
I might flip. I might put Cocaine Bear over Sisu just because I did enjoy Cocaine Bear a little bit more.
yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Sisu's awesome.
It's
But
the
in a
same type of
different
feeling.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah, but a different feeling.
Yes.
And Sisu was a grounded parody, while Cocaine Bear just went off the rails. But it's a bear doing coke.
The reason it's so comparable for me is like they both knew what they were. Like, you know what I mean? That's like they're the two movies of the year that chose to do something so silly.
Yeah.
That isn't silly, but silly.
Yeah.
And really like went with it instead of trying to like make it so serious, you know?
Yep.
So
No,
I totally
100%.
I totally get what you're saying.
Parody movies.
Yeah.
I would put Cocaine Bear over Sisu though.
Yeah.
So that's probably how it would be for me.
Flip
It would
it
be
there.
Cocaine Bear for 14, Sisu for 15.
Yeah.
Sisu's dope though, man. I love it. You know, this one guy is just an absolute legend, fighting his way through a whole army,
Yeah.
through tanks, cutting off his hand or foot to fall and
Yeah, no, what was it? Cuz no, when he was hanging,
hanging by his neck.
he stuck his calf into the nail on the post,
Yeah.
so he wasn't like hanging, he was hanging
Yeah, that's
from
what it was.
Crazy,
That's what it
insane
was.
movie.
It's like the guy from Ridiculous 6.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. So funny, dude. Yeah, no, so that's my number 15 Sisu, number 14 Cocaine Bears. Here number 14.
Evil Dead Rise.
Hey, have I not said that yet?
It's not a bad, like definitely one of the better horror movies. It definitely beats a lot of them out. I have two above it. You already know which one of them is for sure, but I mean, obviously you have the same list. You know which ones they are. No, yeah, it's like it was when I saw it, I was like, yo, this might be like horror movie of the year. As time went on, it's definitely top 3 or 4 still for me, but it's not number 1. But I thought it was a great movie. I don't have a lot of bad things to say about it. I love the amount of gore they used. I think that's something different from a lot of the films that happened this year. I love the woman, like the mom was like led the movie, bro. Like as that demented just, I don't know. And she would I love the door frame shot where you're like seeing through the peeky hole, and just the story in general was nice and follow. It was a nice fresh reboot that didn't feel like it tried too hard, didn't do too many homages to the original story while doing enough at the same time. You know what I mean? I thought
Very
it was
different setting for an Evil Dead movie.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah. No, I loved it. And that's what, like, literally 13 and on, in my opinion, are the A-S tier movies of the year for me. This is like right where the line cuts.
Yeah, I'm with you there. It's gonna get very interesting moving forward.
It
here.
is. It's gonna be so interesting.
This is where it
You're
gets
gonna
off
hate
the
me.
rails.
You're gonna
No,
hate me
I'm
for
all
a
over
few.
the place. You're good. I already know when it's coming up and it's gonna hurt.
Oh my god, dude! I think we may have similar one coming up.
No. I'm saying the one that I know I have very high. I know you're gonna put very low here in a second.
Oh, you think so?
But I'm the same way. I like all these movies going forward. Number 11 for me,
11
or 12,
12?
13. Yo, my bad, dog. Number 13 for me. I wanted to jump ahead. Number 13 for me is gonna be if you just use your imagination, Mr. Wonka.
Oh wow.
Wonka.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I love it. It's great. I know you have it higher.
I do.
I really enjoy this film though. It's a certain type of movie though. Like I'm not a musical guy. I never go out of my way to put this on.
Yeah.
But sitting down and watching it though, just for the podcast, I really enjoyed it for what it was, and it's better than some of these other films.
Yeah.
The soundtrack's great. The acting is really well done. It's a really good kids movie.
Yeah,
Just
right.
not something that when it comes down to kids, that's why the other animated movies I watch this year are above this one.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
I'd watch those movies multiple times before I went back and watched this one.
That's fair. That is
So,
fair.
but I love Wonka though. It's phenomenal. Can't wait to see what they do going forward.
I know, right? They could probably do something. I don't know, like a little extended universe or whatever. My number 13.
Hugh Grant movie.
Yeah. Oh no. my number 13 is John Wick 4.
Okay.
Good movie.
Yeah.
I remember even when you remember when we watched it, I was not a fan immediately. Like it's something that's kind of sat with me and I just appreciate it. Like I remember when I first sat up, I was like, "What the fuck was that ending?
Yeah.
It all was for nothing." And you're like, "Brad, trust me, if you watched all the movies, you get." I'm like, "No, fuck this shit. I get it. It's stupid as hell." But I'll give the movie what it is. It's the best choreographed movie of there's no debating it. It has the best choreography of any movie, like fight choreography. I mean, who doesn't love Keanu Reeves? It's a John Wick movie. It's full of action. It's amazing. So it just hits my 13. Like I said, this is the start of the best movies of the year for me, and I think that's perfectly put at the bottom of it. Not in a bad way, because I think it deserves that limelight, but it's not my top 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm with you. I think it is a great addition to the John Wick movies.
Yeah.
And it's not bad. And it the choreography, everything. I agree. Just it's unreal.
Yeah.
I'm with you there. Yeah. And what was that number?
13.
13. So now we go to number 12. Which for me is Evil Dead Rise. That garage scene was so well done. It's scary. The anticipation, the suspense in this film is so well done. I remember the score. I love the score. I remember there's something about the score in this movie that I was going crazy over. With the use of the piano, it had a very classical score vibe to it, and I like that aspect of it. I love the dynamic between the mom and her kids. That was cool. I loved the kids being in danger. Mm-hmm. That was scary.
Yeah,
this
right.
demon did not care. They died, didn't they? Yeah, a couple of them died, I remember. You had the bathtub one. I was like, they're killing kids. Finally.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Buddy.
So yeah, it was a movie that took risks, and that's why it's high up for me, because it took those risks more than any other horror movie really did this year.
Mm-hmm.
So I really applaud it for that. I already know what your next one's going to be.
What do you think it is?
Mario.
Super Mario Bros. You saw how worried I was getting. I was like,
Mario, yeah.
And I'm kind of looking at it because, here's the thing. This is going to sound weird. The gap between that and Spider-Man is, pretty decent. But the gap between... Here's the thing. It's pretty decent. It's not incredibly decent, but it's pretty decent.
Don't gotta tell us that.
Huh?
You could.
Yeah. So, the thing is, with Mario, looking at every movie I have here, I love this movie. And again, like I said, this is the S tier movies. None of these are bad. Again, I've said this with all of them. Everything could change. This could probably actually, as low as it could probably get top 7, top 6. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's really good. But in the moment I was writing it, I put it here because it's like you were saying with the cartoons. I'm looking at it compared to something like Spider-Man, because I have the 3 kids things. You have Spider-Man, Wonka, and then Ninja Turtles. Wonka is probably the highest out of 3. That's just because, I personally enjoy that type of stuff.
Spider-Man, I think overall as a film, it's better. Not more enjoyable maybe, but better. You know what I mean? And then with Ninja Turtles, I think I enjoyed Ninja Turtles more than this. So it kind of like, again, it just sadly fell here. But that's why I was looking at it, because I was like, I honestly thought about changing it. But I think I'll leave it here. It's a great movie. Dude, watching it was like being a 6-year-old again in the theaters. I don't think I've had that feeling ever, maybe, watching a movie. Like, because we're not old enough to be nostalgic yet, really. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So when I watched that movie, like, I was nostalgic as hell. But yeah, one of the best movies of this year. Probably should be higher for sure. But just in the moment, that's where I put it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It definitely probably should be higher, but...
Yeah.
But yeah.
No, I respect. I love that movie.
It's so good.
I got a
I'm still jealous of the
27
poster.
by 40 poster in my room of the teaser trailer poster.
So jealous.
No, yeah, the teaser poster. So you had the one poster was just the block. That was the OG one.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember they posted that a long time ago.
Yep.
Like 2 years back.
I remember that.
Hyping it up. Everybody's like, oh, and then forgot about it. And you're like, oh, it's coming out this year. Oh, dude.
Mm-hmm.
3 years now. It's crazy. It was in 2021. And they said it was going to come out in 2 years. But then they came out with the second one, the second poster, which had Mario looking up into, like, the land. You know what I mean? And that's the poster I have. Probably my favorite poster of all time. Maybe second, third favorite poster of all time.
Yeah.
It's just, like, Nintendo means so much to me. And, like, was a big part of my childhood. So, when we got that movie, man, just... seeing all the different nods to the different Mario movies that I grew up playing. You know what I mean? I played the old Nintendo, man. I had the Wii. I had the DS. I had all these different, Nintendo consoles growing up, man. And would play all the old games. So seeing all the nods, it just made me hype. And it was just a personal experience for me. And that's why... You know, I don't blame you for putting it down this low compared to mine, just because I just have that personal connection.
It's like the Wonka. You know what I mean? You know,
it's what we enjoy.
Yeah.
So I don't blame you. Also, I'm very biased with that movie. So
I'm the same. That's why I said Wonka. I'm like, that's our biased movie. I feel like that's probably down there. Yeah. Yeah. So Mario.
There you go.
What about you?
What are we on now?
12.
Already said that. Evil Dead.
Oh, shit.
Rest.
You went first. You're right. I'm sorry.
You're good. Number
I'm
11.
so sorry. You want me to go first?
You want me to go first?
I think you should go first.
FNAF.
FNAF. Okay.
Yeah, Five Freddy's.
I see.
So it didn't break top 10.
Yep.
Sitting right there. I'm surprised some of these other ones you haven't said yet that I haven't said. I don't know how you feel about that. I was expecting you to say some of these other ones.
I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. We're going to agree on a few. But that's why I said we're going to agree on a lot of it, but there's going to be those outliers.
Yeah. We already had some outliers, but there's a couple I don't know. Anyway. So, yeah, no. FNAF, we already kind of talked about it. The one thing holding this movie back was the rating. They should have made it rated R, but you get like 110% increase on sales if you make it PG-13.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, I'm taking the 110%. You know what I mean? And you're making that much more profit. I don't blame them there, but they could have at least done a rated R cut. 100%. That would be clean. But I love this movie, man. I mean, like I said, I wasn't as into it as Brayden, but it definitely was a part of my childhood, and I played the games and stuff growing up and really enjoyed the games, man. So just kind of seeing it come to life, seeing Josh Hutcherson hopefully make a little return was really cool. The little actors, the kid actors and actresses were awesome. Matthew Lillard kind of making his return was dope. I thought the cop, I didn't really care for her character at all. The girlfriend or whatever she was.
Yeah,
didn't really care for her. The daughter, I think, right, of the guy.
Of William Afton.
Yeah, it wasn't really mine.
It was not a thing ever.
No,
that's not a thing.
I wish they would have maybe dove into that a little bit more to make her character more likable, but they didn't do that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I enjoyed this movie, but it just didn't break the top 10 for me compared to these other movies because it had quite a bit of problems. But once again, I'm this one's more of an emotional pick as well. So
I feel you. This one I actually just switched. You're slightly gonna be like, Brad, I'm slightly proud of you. My number 11's Talk to Me, and I will say originally it was 9. I just made the switch to bump it up 2. I am not going to be too biased about it. And I think that's where 9 was like leading. Because there's still another horror movie that I think is slightly better. But it was up there. But I was sitting back to myself, and I was looking at 10 and 11, and I was like, yeah, they're better movies. So Talk to Me, one of my favorite movies of the year. I love Rack. I grew up on them, you know. I wouldn't say I'm the only reason we saw this movie, but like when it first came out, I was like, Logan, there's nothing else that weekend we are going, and we are seeing it that day. And we booked it out, and we freaking went and saw it, and I was super happy with it. I think what they've done the best that a lot of horror movies haven't is taking things to the extreme that you wouldn't expect. So like the scene with the little boy where he's like slamming his head on the floor. Like we're talking about the killing children, but like there's almost something more gruesome about him, like the 6-year-old trying to kill himself, like slamming his head on the wall. And then like the scene, I'm trying to think right now. There was a lot of scenes, you know what I mean, that I particularly enjoyed. And even the ending, I didn't love, but I loved how it was shot, and I loved like the way, you know what I mean? It almost served the story, even though that's not what I wanted, you know?
Seriously.
And so I think it was a very enjoyable movie. I think for horror, in terms of like scariness, maybe it wasn't fully there, but like that eerie feeling that I got from like something like Hereditary, I had that, and I enjoyed that a lot. You know what I mean? And that's why it ends up so high. But
it's funny you compared it to Hereditary, because you know my feelings on Hereditary as well.
Yeah.
A movie trying to be weird to be weird.
Yeah.
And it's kind of the vibe I got from this one. And I think that's Raka. I think they're awesome. I mean, I watched their Ronald McDonald one, traumatized me as a kid.
Yeah.
Watched it when I was like 10. I was like, yep, that's not great.
I was a child.
Bro, and I watched Halloween and stuff, but that one was worse because I was like, dude, I go to McDonald's.
Yeah,
and I'm just
trying
to
get chicken nuggets again.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get a little whatever you call it, man. Happy Meal, that's it. But it feels like it's being weird to be weird, man, and that's the vibe I got from it. Is that what they're trying to do? Probably not, but it's just the vibe that I got. And I've always been that way.
Towards the end. Like, I felt like the whole movie itself wasn't like that bad, but like that's where I was like, the end, I didn't like it.
Yeah,
like it serves the story, because I guess that's how the whole movie was. But up until the point where like when the little kid gets infected by the hand and he starts trying to do the thing, I'm still into it. It's more around where she starts getting like, she's starting to feel more of the effects of it, and she just starts getting like, I don't know. I guess it just almost like, I get what you're saying. It was being weird to be weird. Definitely towards the end, it felt like.
Yeah.
The beginning, I thought it was a cool story.
Remember we talked about they should have leaned into the dad a little bit more.
The dad, or no, it was the mom.
The mom, whatever it was.
Yeah, because she kept popping up, and that's where, that's what would have, in my opinion, served the more emotional part of it than the horror part.
So we knew a motivation for what she was doing.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong, when you don't have a motivation, sometimes it's scarier. But in this instance, we needed a motivation to follow what was going on.
It would have made it better.
Made it better.
Yeah.
So they're going to come out with a second part.
Yeah.
We'll see if that clears it up a little bit. We talked about that. But, yeah, as for now, Talk to Me is down a little bit lower. But I'm not mad with that pick.
Yeah, not bad.
We're going to have some disagreements here going up.
All right, number 10, our top 10.
You're not going to like this one because it's probably in your top 5. Maybe not top 5. Maybe you're outside your top 5.
Really?
I got Across the Spider-Verse for number 10. I don't hate this movie at all.
It's like mine's only like a few off.
Oh, okay. But the Miguel thing just made me mad because he was totally in the right. You know what I mean,
bro?
And we had this conversation.
I do.
If you want to go watch the review on, you can go watch the review, get all my insight there. I just was like,
I remember. I think that's the most we've ever disagreed on
heavily.
The movie. Yeah.
I was so on Miguel's side. Maybe it's because I've always loved that Spider-Man so much. 2099 Spider-Man,
I was
dude.
just, I don't feel like there is a right side. I feel like they're both being emotional. Mm-hmm. But, like, I remember what I said is I couldn't blame Miles. Because if I put myself in his position, it's like, I'd fucking say fuck you to everyone, too. If they're all like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I do get why Miguel's pissed. Like, I want to fucking kill the kid. You know what I mean?
It's the universe based on that.
Yeah.
You're literally destroying everything of everything.
Yeah. It's the chance that you're taking... It's the idea you're taking a chance to kill everyone there.
Right.
But it's like, do you want to die for that?
Was it his dad, right? Or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong. I wouldn't want my dad to die either. And if I was in Miles' position, I would definitely run away as well.
Yeah.
But it's not necessarily that he was against it. It was the way that his character went about it was just so annoying. And they almost made him so overpowerful. I think maybe that's a little bit of what it was. He's running through this universe with like 1,000 Spider-Mans chasing him. It's like, dude, come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
No, I
they
get
would
you.
stop him so easy, bro. And it's like they make Miles
He's
so OP
flying
in this.
through. Yeah, I get what you're
It's
saying. I
so
get what you're saying.
ridiculous, bro. Like, listen, like I said, I've always liked Miles, but they just make him so overpowered in this movie. I think that's what it is more. It just kind of makes me mad. But I like the Into the Spider-Verse way more than this movie, personally.
See, I don't know why I fucking just did not like the first movie at all.
Really?
Yeah, it's
I
not even.
loved
like,
it.
I don't like it. I don't know. Yeah, that's why I liked it. I think that's why it is a little bit higher for me because I like brought me into it. I was like, thankfully, I was like, thank God.
Yeah.
And I love the soundtrack.
Have you rewatched it?
The first one or the second one?
The first one.
No,
Check it out again.
Yeah, and I don't want to be a hater, and because that's when I watched it. Ryan was like, "It's my favorite Spider-Man movie," and I'm like, "No, bro, I'm a live-action Spider-Man guy. You're never gonna tell me live action is better than Thing." And I watched it, and I was just like, you know what I mean? It's like, you know, I don't know.
Yeah.
Because wasn't that the one with the bald dude? I'm trying to think, right? As the main guy, Kingpin or whatever.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it was
The
good.
face in this torso.
Yeah. It was good.
Yeah.
I need to go back and watch it. That's
Go back and watch
right.
it again. Give it another try. I'll do the same with Oppenheimer. But yeah, no, I that's why I got it at 10. I mean,
Fair.
I don't love it, don't hate it.
Yeah.
But I know it's a fun film. Like I like it a lot more than what I'm like making it sound out to be.
Yeah.
It's number 10. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But it's just there's a lot of things and I'm just like stop being
Yeah.
annoying, you know?
No, I get
That's
you.
my number 10. I already know you're number 10.
You do?
I'm not gonna say it though. Go ahead.
What do you
if I'm
think it
right.
is? What do you
No,
think?
how much you say it?
All right. It is Guardians of the Galaxy 4.
Oh, that's awful.
It is.
I was gonna be
Guardians of-
Napoleon.
No. Napoleon's a little higher.
Okay.
Guardians of the Galaxy. Did I say 4? 3.
3. It's the fourth one, boys.
Yeah. No, I think the reason I like this movie so much is that's why I had to change it with Talk to Me. I think it's a better movie than Talk to Me, clearly, and I think it's one of the best Marvel movies recently and in period. I like it better. The thing with Guardians of the Galaxy is Guardians is my favorite Marvel franchise, and it's really hard for me to say, like, I think I like the first one better than the second one, but it's really close. And then it's like the third one came out, and it's like, maybe it's like the best movie of them all. You know what I mean? I'm not even saying that's like my most enjoyable, but like in terms of overallness, like it completes the story, it completes everybody's story, it gets emotional. By the end, you're crying because everyone's separated. Like it's just, it hit all the boxes at the end, and I was super happy. Like I was upset and happy at the same time.
Yeah.
And then, you know, at first I thought maybe the Rocket stuff was a little too much, going like why are you taking the final movie to like dive into that?
Yeah.
But I think it served the story now, knowing what they're doing going forward, making the new Guardians and having Star-Lord do his own thing. Like I just thought it was probably the best superhero movie I've watched this year.
Yeah.
And
correct.
it was one of the better movies I've watched this year, emotionally and
Awesome.
stuff. So
Yep.
I had to put it higher.
I'm with you. I loved it. I loved it. It's a little bit higher for me.
It's a good one.
I didn't like it as much as you when we first watched it.
Yeah.
But as I've had time to sit on it, I don't know what I'm ranking, by the way, guys. I know this list is probably garbage, dude. It's so hard to rank these movies. It's not even funny. Like, mine might be, actually, is kind of high, and it might be a little too high. But with that to the side, yeah, I loved it. I thought it was great. But because you liked it a lot more than me, and I was like, it's okay, remember?
Yeah,
And then
I
I was like, I'm not getting
I remember
emotional,
because I
bro.
remember I kept saying, I was like, yeah, it's my favorite franchise. That's kind of where my mind was with it, at least.
Yeah. And then now, after sitting on it, watching it for a second time, I'm like, you know what? It's actually pretty dope. So
Yeah.
it's a little bit higher for me. But I totally respect it being your top 10.
Yeah, no.
So we love to see.
A great start to the top 10.
Number 9.
Number 9. Who went first? You went first? That's yours? Bro, that's so funny. I'll tell you, my 8 is Napoleon.
Okay.
So I'll do that. I'll do the 8 with you as well first.
Okay.
Before I shout my 9.
Yeah,
Or do you want
man.
me to do the 9? Do you want me
Let's
to do
talk
my
about 9 now. Talk about
I know
9.
we did.
9.
My 9, The Voyage of Demeter.
Ooh.
I had to move that.
Okay.
I had to move that higher than Talk to Me for sure.
Yep.
Because it is the best horror movie I watched this year. It is one of the better movies I watched this year. It's just, this is like, that's why I said, like, now top 10, yeah, like, fuck. Besides the top 3, they're all interchangeable. Like, this is just like be happy you made it type thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're on the roster.
Yeah.
Voyage to Demeter, I like it. Just when I look at the other stuff that's above it, in my mind, I'm like, yeah, this is a better movie. But phenomenal, scary, good plot, not overdone. The scares were great. The story was great. The characters were great. The setting was great. I loved the fact that it took place on a boat. You felt trapped with the Voyagers. It was amazing. It was one of the best movies, and I hate that it's not getting enough attention or good support. Like, you know what I mean?
Needed a sequel so bad.
I need
And
the
you
sequel.
guys ruined it.
And you mother...
No, I'm joking. We love y'all. I know it's not your fault.
No, I hate you. No.
Please subscribe. Please subscribe. Yeah, no, man. It's that sequel would have been so good.
So good.
I don't know who directed it, but I love you.
Yeah.
I don't know who acted in it, but I love you.
David. David was in
Give
it.
that man an Oscar.
David was freaking in it, man.
Yeah, the main guy was awesome though too. The whole cast, when the kid's dying, crazy.
Did not expect that with the fire.
No,
I was like,
crazy.
I was
Did he
sitting
come
there
back
like,
to life though?
no.
No, he's dead.
Yeah, remember they put it,
Yeah.
they shoved him off the side of the boat, and he was Ash.
Yes.
And it was like bad, man.
Yes.
He freaking died.
Crazy, dude. R.I.P. my
But-
boy, man.
Yes, that is my number 9, and so we can move
Respectful.
on.
It's
to
a number.
mine. You're 9 and my
9.
8.
You're 8, which is Napoleon.
Napoleon.
Love Napoleon, dude.
Yo, one of the probably
Short
the
King,
funniest thing an actor did in a movie this year. When he went under the table and he's like crawling.
David's performances.
Oh, dude,
What a guy. Dude.
that guy. Like I said, he
Let's
deserves
give
an
David.
award for most good movies of 2023. There he is, David. That's
I'm not
Shamishan.
gonna try it. Look at sexy man,
Bro, you know his agent is just eating it up.
dude. This guy's got bank, dude. Let's look at his net worth, yeah. Even though someone said my net worth was $2 million, I'm like, I wish, dude. I wish, dog.
Oh, he was in Suicide Squad too. He's a polka dot man.
$2 million. He's probably actually around there though, close to it. Anyway, we love you, David.
We love you, David. Napoleon.
Yeah, man.
It was a great movie.
We can go watch our review on it. It's pretty recent. We did a lengthy review on it. Like over an hour. If you want to go watch that, we dove really deep into it. I love this film.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal.
You don't ever really see biopics like this anymore. Like,
no.
I would love to see like a George Washington biopic type
Yeah.
thing. You know what I mean? That'd be cool.
I will say that Bradley Cooper's performance was better in Maestro.
Yes.
Because I felt like there was times where I was like, okay, I'm watching Joaquin Phoenix.
Well, and I personally,
accent.
this the same way I put, as you haven't heard it, Iron Claw's a little bit higher for me for that same reason. It's not even Zac Efron, just in general.
Yeah, my Iron Claw's higher too.
I agree with you. This is something that was probably actually the biggest problem in the film was Joaquin in a way. And I'm not taking anything away from his voice, but that's what it was. It was just the fact that everyone else is completely in character in this world, and like he's American.
Do a British accent.
Yeah, bro. Like
Something.
do anything, because you're the only person talking like that. Do a freaking like a 1980s like American English accent, you know, where you at least kind of sound like something.
How are you?
Yeah, like I
Yeah.
don't know,
Yeah.
something, but like nothing. It was
Yeah.
just normal Joaquin Phoenix, and again, his performance was amazing. I think the moments he had when he slapped his wife, and I think the story of Napoleon, they told it beautifully. I'd like to watch the 4-hour version because I think we agreed we don't really feel the time in it. I thought it was amazing.
It's because probably all battles.
Yeah, the battle scenes were
Which
super awesome.
It's more of the battles that are probably making a 4-hour
Yeah,
thing. So yeah, dude, count me in.
but
The battles
I
are
know.
filmed beautifully.
I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
That's why my number 8. It was
Not much to
definitely
say about it.
Yeah.
Just phenomenal. Really well done. Just not as good as some of these others.
yeah, right.
Yes, sir.
What's your number 8?
I'm gonna flip 7 and 8.
Okay. Well, you know what? You take that time to decide real quick, and then we'll.
You talk about your number 8.
My number 8 was Napoleon.
But I gotta go.
I gotta go, man. Yeah, no, I mean, I'll keep talking about Napoleon. I think if you're going to sit down and you want to watch a movie, enjoy cinema, that is another one of those that's not dialogue driven, but it's story driven. It's completely about his life. It goes through every aspect. You get to see Napoleon grow. You get to see how really fragile of a man he is and how that made him an impeccable warrior. I think it's super cool because we don't get enough biopics about like real life heroes like that. You know what I mean? I'd love to see. That's why I brought George Washington up. He's not, of course, there's millions of others, but like, you know, just him fighting the revolution and going across like the ice on boats and stuff. That'd be really cool to watch.
Bro, yeah.
We were talking about
he
that.
He was a scary dude, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody feared that guy, bro. He was mentally insane. Yeah, don't get me wrong. Got to show a lot of the really shitty stuff he did.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And show he wasn't really the best person. But, man, was he a leader? I mean, could you imagine the war scene? No, I'm talking about George
Washington.
Could you imagine his war scenes, dude? And we'd be cheering him on. You know what I mean? Beat him! Beat the British!
Kill them!
It's like French people watching Napoleon. It's like, yeah!
Yeah,
Or,
buddy!
hey, don't do that. You know,
Yeah.
Washington's going to be like, yeah, you throw the tea off the ledge. You get that red coat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You a rebel?
Get him, man.
You little rebel?
But yeah, no, I would love a George Washington movie or Paul Revere.
That'd be a great one.
Paul Revere would be great. They've done
Like
one.
Knight's Ride, Paul Revere story. That'd be a freaking dope story right there.
And then, like the main song on the school soundtrack is Midnight Rider. Midnight Rider. What?
Get out of here.
Why?
The exit.
Leave the door
Leave
right
the
there,
door.
man.
But I just said Midnight Rider.
I know number 8 now.
You do?
Yeah,
What is your...
I flipped them.
You did flip it.
I did flip it.
So your 7 was your 8.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
I'm gonna go Iron Claw.
Iron Claw.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see where your 7 is
Yeah. Yeah. Iron Claw is number 8 for me, right? Or I said or number 7?
8.
Is my number 8. Love
these
that film.
These two are interchangeable type thing. I got like...
Yeah, but the more I thought, I was like, okay, it's kind of clear. The other one should be a little more.
Oh, really?
I think you're gonna be surprised at what I flipped it with.
Okay.
But the other one it shouldn't have even been a thought. But I was like, I don't know. But yeah, no. This movie, man. Once again, we just did a review on it. Go check it out. Still kind of fresh in our brains.
It's like
2 weeks ago. Yeah, it's literally
literally last week.
Literally last
It was
week.
the last one we did.
There you go. Or 2 weeks ago because I was away.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. Yes.
Yeah, I was in Arizona, baby.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Iron Claw, beautiful film, sad film. Funny story. So Kevin followed me on Instagram and on DM we were talking.
Yeah, I saw that.
And one thing that's interesting is he is actually kind of mad because he didn't have anything to do with the script.
I saw you. Yeah.
And one thing that he's been talking about is his dad. He respects his dad a lot more than what the movie showed. The movie showed his dad being very rude, like a horrible person, kind of being the reasoning of the death of his sons.
Yeah.
While Kevin was like, my dad was the typical dad back in the day, and he loved me and cared for us, and he needs more respect. And I was like, that's interesting.
That is crazy.
So he is not. I'm not saying he's mad with it or anything like that, but you could tell he wants his dad to be given a little bit more respect than what this movie. Because now, don't get me wrong, we even talked about it. Dad's a dick.
Yeah.
That's the way the movie perceives it. But the fact that Kevin didn't have anything to say with the script, and I don't know, I feel like they should have let him say, have some kind of say in it.
Absolutely.
Or approve the movie.
Yeah.
Or approve the script. So I don't think they let him do that, which is interesting. But it's just something I thought was funny, is he respects his dad a lot more than what the movie shows.
It's
I
crazy.
think it's very interesting.
Yeah.
But anyway, great film, love it. Acting's great, performances are awesome. Sad movie. I've had time to sit on it, and I like this movie a lot more than what I was kind of feeling originally. Could be recency bias, I don't know, but I did really enjoy this film.
Yeah, it was super good.
Yeah,
I really loved it too.
even though they were all like 6'3" and they picked Zac Efron who's 5'8".
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I'm small too.
Yeah.
But I could play Kevin.
Yeah,
You know
hey,
what I mean?
let him in.
I'm just saying.
I can juice up.
Yeah, man. I can play yeah, I'll play Brock Lesnar or Chuck Liddell in their biopic, The Iceman. And
Bro, let me play Hulk Hogan or Ric Flair.
Yeah.
Stop playing with me.
Stop playing with
Stop
me.
playing with your
We'll
boy.
do it. I'll play Macho Man.
Macho.
Hey, man.
Hey there, baby.
Hey, how you doing?
That was your number 8, right? Because I had the same number 9 as you.
Yes,
or
I
8,
flipped it
9.
my 7, so yeah.
It's your number 7.
Yep. That was my number 8.
My number 7
Okay.
is Spider-Man. Yep. Great movie. Cannot complain.
Yep.
It's one of my favorite animated movies of this year. It's actually funny.
Sam Raimi help doesn't make it a horror movie.
It's actually funny because I know the one that I have higher. We both have higher than this one at this point.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah, not the most enjoyable animated movie. I think it was my third most enjoyable. I enjoyed Super Mario and Ninja Turtles more. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say. Yeah, it hurts to put Spider-Man here.
Yeah, it's hard, man.
And because coming from me, like I said, I didn't enjoy the first one. And I really, really liked this movie. Like, this is top 4 Spider-Man movies of all time for me. Like, I really liked this one.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's not the best. But it's up there. It has gained its way. The first one, I don't know. Like I said, I need to go back and watch the first one. But as of this moment, that's why I liked it so much. And I think I had to put it higher than Spider-Man because Super Mario Bros. Because it just, when you look at all out technicality, like it's just, I wouldn't say it's a better movie, but it just feels more felt through. The story is more intact. You know what I mean? Things like that. But yeah, I think the other movies though, I'm very happy I have it where it is. You know what I mean? I feel like 7 was a perfect spot for me.
Understandable.
What's your 7?
Maestro is my number 7.
Okay.
Love it.
I'm absolutely happy you switched them then.
Yeah, I'm very happy I did because it was truly something that I was very happy to do.
Yeah.
Bradley Cooper, what he was able to accomplish is incredible. Great film, man.
It wasn't bad. It was
all right. It's pretty decent. It was great. We just had like a whole conversation about it. Don't need to expand on it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Watch the review.
Like I said, go back.
Just go back 30 minutes.
It's the realism. It's the realism of the conversations that they're having, the dialogue, the acting. It just creates one of the most realistic pieces I personally have ever seen in a film. And because even in some of my favorite movies of all time, there's some poor delivery. Mm-hmm. Even in Interstellar, there's some lines where I'm like, okay, that's acting.
Yeah. Which
is one of my favorite movies of all time. This movie, there's not a single point where I'm like, that's acting. And that's very impressive.
Absolutely.
By it. Unreal. So.
Unreal.
That's
that
number
was
7.
7. Now we're on 6. What's your number 6? While you're at it, shoot me your number 6. Because I liked your number 7 so much.
Guardians 3.
Guardians 3.
Guardians 3. A little higher than you.
No, yeah.
A little higher than you. But I love it. It's great. Like I said, I watched it a second time. And I'm like, ooh.
I need to watch it again.
And then I just, in the background, happiness.
Dude.
It's like John Cena meme, you know. That's what it is, dude. That's great.
I love that song, bro.
Beautiful song.
Seeing Drax like.
Yeah, it's great, dude. Great movie. I mean, it's a longer one, but you don't feel it. So many genuinely funny moments. It wraps up everybody's story very well. It's beautiful. It's
that,
beautiful.
And it's crazy. It's so comparable to Maestro for me. That movie didn't feel like acting. As stupid as that sounds, because it's a space movie, like you could tell Chris Pratt, Zoe, Dave Bautista, Bradley Cooper, like James Gunn and all them, like they're fucking sad. Like James is about to go leave, work for a different company. Like they've been together this whole time.
The rival company. It's so funny.
Yeah, but I just think like you could almost feel it. Like even just with like the end scene, like of course there's a relievance that everyone gets to move on from the project, but at the same time, like you can tell they're all like sad as shit not to be together anymore.
They've been doing it for 10 years.
Yeah, and it's something different from like Avengers where they all split up because of like heroic reason. This was just it was time. You know what I mean? And like you could feel that the time was over, and it's just like. The dog days are over. I'm getting chills right now. You could just feel it, you know, and even like in the world that we live in, just history, you could feel that it was over. And I was like, oh my God. It just, dude, it's a weird feeling, but it made sense, you know?
Yeah. That's beautiful. Love that movie. That's why it's my number 6.
Number 6. My number 6. Whoa.
Spider-Man.
Iron Claw. Yeah.
He does that. Could you imagine swinging like this?
Yeah! Spidey, why are you doing that? No, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I mean, he did that in the original movie, though. Remember? He's like this. He's like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Up and away.
Up and away, Web.
Up and away, Web.
Anyways, continue. Iron Claw.
Iron Claw. Top 6 sadly doesn't make the top 5. It got this close.
Yeah.
But it didn't. This movie for me, something I was highly like, I didn't know why I said expecting, highly anticipated for, because one, I love wrestling. You know that. I'm a huge pro wrestling guy.
No way.
No way, bro. It goes way, way back. So just watching a movie like this, I was even able to like pick up on some facts and like, talk to you about it during the movie.
Yeah.
Even the Hulk Hogan thing, or not Hulk Hogan thing, Ric Flair. That's the most annoying thing that was. Like, dude, Ric Flair is a woo. This guy's like, woo, woo. I'm Ric Flair. And I'm like, dude, holy fuck. God. Take it down. Ric Flair is like, woo, brother.
They applied the cocaine on set.
Yeah, no, literally, they doused this man with Cocaine Bear's cocaine.
Facts,
bro.
dude. Just
Like-
came from Cocaine Bear set.
You know
Little
what I'm
cocaine
saying?
was used.
But, no, I love the dynamic between the three. I think Zac Efron, this was absolutely his best performance so far.
High School Musical is better, but I understand.
Well, no, you know what? And I know you still haven't seen it. Greatest Showman, for me, he's like next to Hugh Jackman. They're two leads in that movie.
Okay.
It's them two, Zendaya. Yeah, Zac Efron and Zendaya are like, they have like a thing. To the movie.
Wow.
Yeah. Bro, when I tell you need to watch
Watch
this
this
movie, you need to watch this movie.
I'll watch it.
It's so good. But I think this is his best performance. And like just being in the wrestling, it was so lively. Like there's moments in the matches you're just really there and you could feel it. And
Yeah, I agree.
yeah, just picking up on some of the older characters. And I love the bond that the three brothers had. I love the moments from like even Jeremy Allen White. David was like such an underlying character I wish was in the story more, but I understand like that's not how life worked. And the dad, I think the dad and the mom, I think was such a perfect complexion of how like the relationship amongst them all was. Like at the end where she was like, he comes in, there's no dinner. You can watch it. We did it last week, but just beautiful moments all across. I think they were all amazing. And I can definitely see an Oscar nom for like Zac Efron, maybe some Jeremy Allen White in there, stuff like that.
100%.
Yeah, phenomenal. One of the best movies I've seen this year.
Yeah, it's weird that they took out a whole sibling. Chris.
Yes. Yeah.
He killed himself when he was 21. So in the reason the director took it out is he said, especially in the script, is he said it got repetitive. One negative with the movie. Mm-hmm. He said it was already getting a little repetitive.
Yeah.
And they were worried, and I agree. If they would have thrown in another one, that would have been interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I thought that was funny. They took out a whole brother.
See, I'm so
Very
weird because I remember that didn't bother me as much because like I was just being like realistic
Didn't bother
about
me
it.
at all either.
I would have actually liked, I guess, to see the other brother. I know it sounds stupid, but I don't know. It's kind of like the idea that you said. I kind of wish like Kevin was more involved. Like, bro, it's his life. You know what I mean? You're gonna make a movie about him and his brothers. Like, tell the truth about it.
I agry.
But
Yeah,
I understand. It makes makes so much sense.
You got to make it more theatrical.
Yeah.
Bring people in. They did. Every biopic
That would have
does
maybe
that.
added with your, extra 30, 40 minutes when we were talking about it.
Yeah.
Just because, like, I know it is repetitive, but in a way, knowing that's the truth and knowing it was literally, like, 4 of them, bro,
Yeah.
it's like, holy crap.
Yeah.
That the curse, in my opinion, would have, like...
5 of them.
Yeah, 5, right? That at the end, it kind of would have, like, at that point, like, yeah, they're cursed.
Yeah.
They're absolutely cursed.
100%.
But...
Beautiful. And
But-
like I said, I really wish they would have let Kevin
Be a part of
be
it.
a part of it, or maybe he didn't want to. I don't know, but I just feel like it would have been interesting if they would have kind of brought him in.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
whatever. All right, cool.
What's your number 6? Do you ever see your number 6? Guardians.
5.
Yeah, number 5.
We're in top 5 now, man.
Top 5.
This is a big moment. So now we have 2 the same in the top 5, and we have 3 different ones. So you can do the process of elimination there.
Okay.
Sorry, we got 3 the same in the top 5. Right?
I don't know.
No, it's only 2.
2, yeah.
Number 5 for me is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Ninja Turtles, baby.
Yes, sir. Mutant
Hell
Mayhem.
yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Love that movie.
I personally have to say I think that was my favorite anime movie this year. Just in
Good
terms of enjoyability.
It was a good.
Even maybe it was
I
just
don't know.
being with you, bro. I don't know. It was like we
It
were
was a good
rocking
moment.
together. We were just like,
It was a good moment,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
We walked in and we just were vibing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We knew what we were going into.
We were kind of like, yeah, this is like, it's going to be Ninja Turtles. At least
Yeah.
Seth Rogen's behind it. Might be funny.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah.
bro, what was the what song was it? Superfly, bro. When that started playing, I was like, this movie knows exactly what it needs to be, bro.
Yeah.
And it was just perfect.
The animation was awesome.
Mm-hmm. And we talked about
awesome.
we usually don't like animation like that. But like
beautiful.
That's
Cast
how,
was great.
Yeah, when a film is that good, it's just it doesn't, you know what I mean? That's something you end up liking at the end of it.
I feel like when I walked into Super Mario Bros, I was almost judging it a little bit of, okay, it needs to hit this, and hit this. Mm-hmm. When I walked in Ninja Turtles, I was just ready for a good Ninja Turtle movie because the trailer looked good.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting anything. My expectations weren't going crazy. And I think that's why I really enjoyed it. I think same thing for you. You know what I mean? We weren't really expecting anything. We're just expecting some fun.
Absolutely.
And that's what we got out of it. And there was a lot of funny jokes in there, even though it was a kid's movie. Some funny jokes in there, some funny moments between the kids. Their dynamic as actors, voice actors, were great.
Phenomenal.
It's like they were best friends.
In real life, right?
In real life.
Crazy
It was so
shit.
funny. Yeah, and Ralph was awesome.
Yep.
Everybody was great.
Ooh, that's so funny. I thought some of the highlights of this movie were Michelangelo and Donatello. Like,
Donatello's
who
really
I
good.
feel like they kind of like, they always have, they kind of put Leo and Raph more at the front because they're like, Leo's the leader. Raph always fights to be the leader. And the other two are just there.
Yeah.
Not like there, but like the brains and then the goof. But this one, like, they made them so much more important to me.
Donatello is very important in this one.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. He stood out in this movie more than any other Ninja Turtle movie.
And
And he had the highest pitch voice.
And we always talk about The Last Ronin, the Michelangelo story, and they hinted to it like 3 times in this movie. They did it so vaguely, but they hinted to it like 3 times.
If they actually do that, dude.
That'd make my day.
Oh my, no, make my life.
My
Could
life,
you
yeah.
imagine like a rated R, like series?
Yeah,
I'm not a big TV show guy,
but that'd be
but if
fire.
you made a series, dude, make a movie.
Yeah.
Just do it, please. We want it.
So
That's why I did Turtles is 5 for me.
Yeah, me too. It's self-explanable.
Yeah.
What's your number 4?
John Wick 4.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah.
I
A little
see
high.
you.
A little high. Like I said, I think I put it too high, but I really enjoyed it, and I went back and watched it a second time. I'm about to go watch all the John Wick movies again, which I'm excited about. But yeah, when we first watched this movie, I wasn't a fan of it. I didn't remember that.
I was not
No,
myself.
I wasn't not a fan. I was just like, man, this doesn't live up to the other 3 movies.
Yeah.
Going back and rewatching it, I'm like, man, it's
That good.
dope. It's a John Wick movie.
Yeah.
You know, the Japan sequence is still one of my favorite sequences out of any John Wick movie.
Yeah.
That vibe, dude. And I'm probably gonna be taking a trip to Japan next year.
Really.
Like the cherry blossoms. It was that night. You saw the lights and everything, and those Japanese warriors come out with like their bro. I was hyped during that sequence, and just like the music and everything. Like,
Is that when he like, dude? That was one of my favorite parts. Remember when he like fought all the way up the stairs and then he fell all the way back down the stairs?
That's exactly. Yeah,
That was
so
my
funny.
favorite part. Yeah.
So funny. Then you had the other stairs incident,
yes.
which is I missed that because I went to use the bathroom,
Oh yeah, you did.
and I came back, and but I watched it on the second watch, and it's so funny.
Funny.
You also get mad because you're like, dude, we gotta go back up.
Again, dude. Yeah.
Because he fell down quite a bit. He keeps going, dude. So funny, dude.
Yeah, I honestly was sitting there. I was like, "Yo, Keanu is like committed, bro.
He's hurt. My
continuously
boy, is he
rolling.
going to get up? Yep, there he is. He's
Yep,
up
finally.
again.
Nope,
Yep.
wait. He stood up and rolled again.
Yep, he goes back down again. And then I remember I came back the second time he rolled down the steps because he does it a second time.
Yeah.
And then he goes back down again, and that's what I watched in the theater with you.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that whole sequence was great. The ending, like you said, is a little rough. He just doesn't die, and it's getting kind of ridiculous. But I'm excited to see
Just so they
Ballerina.
could leave it open. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited to see Ballerina with Ana de Armas.
Yeah, me too.
Dope.
Yeah.
We're gonna watch that in like March, I think. It'll be a virtual one, sadly. I'll be away. I enjoyed this. I love
enjoyed
I love the in person. It's so much better.
Yeah. Yeah.
God, I hate it though.
But oh wow. Fuck you.
But yeah, no, John
Fuck
Wick
you,
4,
guy.
Screw you, dude. John Wick 4, I really enjoyed. And like I was looking at it, I was like, man, I'd probably watch these over a lot of these other ones.
Mm-hmm.
I'd probably watch it over Napoleon. You know what I mean? Like if I'm to put in a watching
get what you're
movie,
saying.
I'd probably watch it over, Sisu, Cocaine Bear, all these other ones. Like
Yeah, no, I get it.
It's a John Wick movie. Can't go wrong with this.
Right.
You know what I mean? So yeah, that's why it's number 4 for me.
My number 4
Horrible choice.
is The Artifice Girl.
Wow, I expect that to be a little bit higher.
Just the top
It's tough.
3.
It's
Yeah,
tough.
it gets so tough.
Yeah.
Frank, I'll give it to you, man, for being in the year of 2023 for being the top 5, bro. I applaud you. I've been wanting to tell you, I applaud the hell out of you. I think the Artifice Girl is somebody that we know personally. Franklin Rich, he made this movie. What I think is so important about this movie is I think it's if it already has enough traction, but if it were to get enough, like as much traction as it should, there would be probably 100 movies just like it being made within the next 2 years because of how foundational it is for the sci-fi demographic, in my opinion. I feel like it's very similar to certain movies, of course. It gets AI involved, but never to this degree, never to this seriousness, and never has you begging the question at the end, like, how great is AI intelligence life? Like, should we be holding them to the same standards of like human life, laws, rights? Exactly. Things like that. And I think out of every movie I've watched, this movie made me think the most this year. And the acting was amazing.
Alongside Cocaine Bear.
Yeah, of course. Of course. But no, Frank, great acting job. The cast was amazing. Your story was impeccable and your direction was amazing. It's definitely, in terms of actual complete better films, it's probably top 3 almost. What I was saying is basically, I would say, Frank, out of every movie I've watched this year, I think this genuinely has the best concept. Like, it's one of the best films I've watched in general. I've hyped a lot of people up to go watch it themselves, and I would never go out of my way, like, I don't want to sound silly, but I would never tell someone to go watch Fool's Paradise just because, like, if it was something like I 1,000 million times would watch this movie, again, 1,000 million times, and have my kids never touch something like Fool's Paradise and only watch The Artifice Girl. Like, this movie deserves to be on top 5 of the year. It is phenomenal. There's nothing, in my opinion, bad about it. And I can only imagine if a company picked it up and they put millions of dollars into it and you got like a whole series or like a whole universe out of it. The way that the story wasn't even over, but it was in a way, like it only just begun. That's what I loved about the story. Franklin's story ended, but like the story of the Artifice Girl had just begun,
Only thing you got to worry about getting more money is studios will get involved on making decisions.
Yeah.
So I think this is the best this movie's going to get.
Yeah.
The one negative that I will say about this movie, I don't think we talked about it when we reviewed it, is it's not going to age well. As we get to know more about, that's the thing about scientific movies. It's based off of certain concepts, and science develops, and science improves and evolves. The more we know about science, the more it's like, it's not going to always follow up with it.
Yeah.
Interstellar's one that has done very well over the past 10 years now, which is crazy. There's still some inconsistencies with it. You look at one thing like, what is it? The Stanley Kubrick film that we talked about. Remember the space one, Space Odyssey?
Yes.
That one aged very poorly. Yeah. A lot of these movies that Back to the Future aged very poorly. So while it's fun and cool to play with this concept now, 5 to 10 years time, because AI is developing so fast, it might not hold up very well.
I understand.
But as of today's standards, it is beautiful. And I haven't talked about it yet because it's higher up for me.
Yeah.
I love this movie. I think it's incredible. I think I'm not a dialogue heavy guy. That's all this is.
Yeah. It's a dialogue.
Maestro is more story driven. This is dialogue driven. I mean, you have to sit there and follow these 30-minute scenes. You know what I mean? Where you're getting all this information but Franklin does it in a sense that you can understand. And don't get me wrong, I had to rewind a few times. I don't know about you, but I had to rewind a couple times to go, okay, wait, let me put this together real quick.
Yeah.
But I do that with like every movie anyway. I'm a reminder. I'm like that. If I miss something small, I have to go back and check it out. I'll zone out a little bit.
I did that in Maestro today.
Yeah, there you go. Same here multiple times.
Yeah.
So just to get every little story piece possible. So that is one thing about this movie that was just beautiful, man, was it just that dialogue and how you were able to follow it, because scientific movies sometimes can be very hard to follow because all those terms are being thrown at you.
It's not kind of boring, you know what I mean? It's just like, who the hell wants to sit there and learn about science?
Or boring, but it's such an interesting topic because it's happening today.
Exactly.
It's relevant. So this is a movie that needs to get out now, man, because it is just so well done.
Yeah.
And I love it. So I'm with you on there. So
What's your number 4? What is your number 4?
my number 3,
What was your number 4?
John Wick.
John Wick. John Wick 4, number 4.
Now our number 3, top 3.
Top 3, dude.
crazy. If you dial them down, you can tell which ones. My number 3 is Super Mario Bros.
Okay.
We talked about it. I don't need to expand on it much more. I love this movie. It's nostalgia, and it's personal reasons. It's an emotional pick. I don't care. It's an
Do you
emotional
agree with that,
pick.
though? I think it's like one of the only, like not one of the only nostalgic movies, but like it is like the most hitting nostalgic movie I think I've ever watched.
It's a cash grab.
Yeah.
All the way through.
Oh, yeah.
On nostalgia.
Because like,
it is
yeah,
fan
you give it to
service.
someone like us, we could have, you know what I mean? Not that
Yeah.
the story's bad, but you could have done a more, I get what you're saying, more appropriate story, more.
Well, and they could have added so much more. It's an hour and 20-minute movie. Hour and 18-minute
give it like
movie.
2 hours and
Dude,
18 minutes.
At least another 30 minutes, bro. Focus on Yoshi's Island. That made me mad, dog. I love my boy Yosh. Even though they said that they hinted at it.
He'll be back. Don't worry.
Oh, he'll be back. Don't worry about it, sweetheart. They talk about it.
be there.
He'll be back, and they said that they're gonna do a movie dedicated to him, which is the Zelda movie is gonna be so good.
Yeah.
But I hope they do a Yoshi movie or something, man. I just feel like that was the opportunity to do it because I'm not gonna lie, Yoshi focused movie's not gonna be as entertaining as having like a Yoshi sidekick like in the games. You know what I mean? Or a don't get me wrong, Yoshi's Island's dope. There's a fun storyline there, but it's kind of like I would rather. I don't like Donkey Kong, but I think a Donkey Kong Country movie would be way more entertaining than a Yoshi movie.
No, it's totally off topic. Continue. I'm so sorry.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna. No, I'll tell you in a second.
All right.
But I just want you to finish because you'll see what I'm saying.
All right. But yeah, no. So I think it would have been cool just to add Yoshi in that movie, or if you do a Super Mario Bros. 2. Bring Yoshi as a sidekick and focus on Yoshi's Island. That would be the best bet because you still have the main focus on being Mario and his storyline with Peach and all that fun stuff. But then you dive into Yoshi's Island. He has to take a trip there for something. That's where he meets Yoshi, and Yoshi's the sidekick.
And I agree.
Boom!
Because it would
Give me
make
the
more
writer's
sense. They already did Bowser. Not that he can't come back, but they already did the Donkey Kong. It would only make sense. That's kind of the next place they're moving into. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I
had
fully
one
shot
shot.
with that.
But I would also love Donkey Kong Country.
Yeah, me too.
That'd be cool.
It's really funny because my 3 is both of our 3s were both of our outliers. My number 3 is Wonka.
That's what I expected.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's like what your outlier, my outlier was. It's funny as hell.
They're emotional picks.
Did you have anything else that you?
Nope.
Okay. Yeah, no, Wonka, dude. I went and saw it with Logan, and no, we didn't. I hated it. I hate that guy. No, and I've seen both the Willy Wonka movies before, and I had pretty high expectations. You know, it was Timothée Chalamet. It was a musical, so I got even more a little hyped. But I didn't know it was like a musical like how this was. And the best way I can describe, man, it's a lot like Greatest Showman. Like the magic that you feel is there. Like the cast was so perfect. Like even like the bad woman and the Bucharest prince guy and you know what I mean? Like they're so stupid and but he was perfect when he talked like this. You know what I mean? It was just awesome. And it was nostalgic again for me. It felt like it's weird. It felt like Christmas again. You know what I mean? Watching like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I used to love that movie. That was like one of my favorite movies. And just watching it and something I think that really hit for me that they did a lot in this one that they've never done with Willy Wonka is like go deep in his mom. And wow. You gotta keep it. You gotta keep it. You can't take it out.
You're the wow.
Wow.
Wow. Best part is that we both had a moment of yo, what?
Wow. Holy fuck.
I was gonna say something. We'll keep it in. We'll keep it in. Pause. We'll keep it in.
You should cut it. Okay, this will be comedic. You cut it where I'm like, wow, and it cuts to us like just trying to recover.
All right.
Okay.
Good.
So what I was trying to say there is
Rephrase that.
yeah, I'm gonna rephrase that. It dives deeper into the story of Willy Wonka and his mom. Whereas usually it's I don't even know if they really talk about it. I haven't seen the Gene Wilder one in a while. I don't know if they bring up parents in that.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I
And then
watched it a long time ago.
yeah, and then you know, like Johnny Depp's, it was his dad. So no, it just you know, Logan knows me and it knows my home life and stuff. So it was just very not at all. It was very like personal and it hit home. And I think there's just a lot of things that, like, you know, Willy Wonka's character does that a lot of us can relate to, and in wanting to make people proud and just being the best that we can and bring like laughter and smile to the world. And so yeah, it was really emotional for me. I went and watched it actually with another friend, and yeah, I cried more the second time. Like, it was just, I don't know, man, just those moments where they hit you right in the stomach and right in the mom. You know what I mean? That's about it.
What a moment.
What a moment. Wow. Yeah, no, but that wrapped it up at the end.
Oh, at least you're responsible.
Yeah, no, right. No, but it was fantastic.
Just stop
movie.
talking.
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
Stop, dude. It's over. Yeah, no, I'm with you. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful film. Soundtrack's awesome.
Yeah.
We talked about that.
Yeah. Honestly, you want to talk about like an Oscar-winning soundtrack? Like, that's
It'll
something we
be
should be
nominated.
talking about. Yeah.
It'll be nominated.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be nominated. Maybe set design.
Yep.
Might be nominated. Set
Oh,
design.
yeah, absolutely.
Candy.
Candy stores, and even when he goes inside.
Yeah, and that's it. So they got
Chocolate bushes, chocolate trees. Yeah, it's such a good song.
We need to do a Christmas album, dude.
Dude, we're gonna
I'm
do
being
it.
so serious, dude.
No, we're gonna do it.
Could you
though. Promise.
I wanna come home for Christmas.
Bro, I'm telling you, dog. We could be the new Philly special, bro. But screw those guys.
Yeah,
Man.
no, hey. Fuck
Sorry,
you,
my
man.
bad. My bad. I forgot.
Fuck you, man.
Sorry, man.
Take this guy out of here.
Sorry.
Get this guy out of here.
What? Before we actually, I'll talk about it after. Any other thing you wanted to expand on with that one?
No, that's it, man.
Okay.
Just good movie right there. You know what I mean?
Great film.
My personal one that has to go up. You know what I mean? Super high.
I respect it. My top two was so hard, but then I was like, "Nah, this is." I mean, if you can probably dial it down to the two.
I don't know what the other one is. I know what one of them is.
Mhm.
I don't know what the other one is for
Yeah.
some reason.
Number two for me is the Artifice Girl.
Oh wait, yeah, I know both of them. I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
Artifice
so.
Girl. Yeah.
Number one shocks me then. Not in a bad way, but it shocks me.
No, I know. I was like, well, because I told you I did it 5 at a time, 5 movies at a time. Where I was like, okay, these are kind of in the same group. These are kind of in the same group. And then I would just, go that way. And then I got to these, the top 10. I was like,
Damn.
it's up there. Anyway, we'll get to that in a minute. When it comes to, the, what is it? Artifice Girl, dude, beautiful film.
Oh yeah.
But I already kind of expanded on it with you.
Yeah.
It's probably the most realistic take on AI
Absolutely.
with the most minimal information that we have on AI.
Yes.
And we're learning more and more each day.
Mhm.
But even Franklin said this is a movie that was in development for years. You know what I mean? And it took them a long time. It was over COVID, right? So this is a movie that's like more than 4 years old. You know what I mean? 3 years old. And he had that much knowledge in AI. That's before Chat GPT or whatever, and all these AI paintings you can do, and the AI Kendall Jenner
And
on
that's just what's
Instagram.
incredible about how it all popularized. Like, it came out at the perfect time. Like, he could have, like, I remember he was saying it, like, how at the first they thought COVID was like a curse, but it was like really a blessing for that movie.
Really
Like,
was.
without
They
COVID,
focused on AI.
I'm not saying it
Yeah.
wouldn't have been as good, but like
No.
that's what made it so momentum and monumental.
That and the fact that AI got more popular over COVID.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because everybody was home. So scientists, whatever.
Half the strike was about freaking AI.
That's what I'm saying. So yeah, AI. The fact that it's probably the most realistic take on AI, and it's scary, man. Like, it's gonna happen, in my opinion. But once again, everybody says that, and then you look 10 years in the future, it's probably not even what we think. It's gonna be so crazy. You're
different
gonna be
from
like,
what we think.
whoa.
Yeah, yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? Or it's gonna be what we think, just in a different way.
Yeah.
But I truly think that can happen. That
Yeah,
can
me
definitely
too.
happen to where they because it makes sense. It makes logical sense. They can create these chemicals that mimic what we feel, so they are actually feeling that emotion. But even though they're not really feeling that emotion, they're mimicking it. Because, bro, like they already feel emotion on chat or on Snapchat AI and Instagram where they literally have feelings.
And how will we know? Because, like, what if it's just a database of billions of people and they just understand the concept of how to process the code of feeling? You know what I mean? Like,
it's weird.
You know, it's gonna be weird. It's
so
gonna be really weird.
So hopefully they do like what they did in the movie and use it for good. But I feel like it's gonna get way out of hand.
I agree.
Very fast.
I'm terrified of AI.
Yeah.
I'm like, I tell people this all the time.
I'm a little mean to it, so hopefully it doesn't come back and bite me.
Well, no, so I say it all the time. Like, the number one reason that we're the top of the food chain is not because we're the strongest. It's not because we're the fastest. It's because we're the smartest. Now, you want to make something that's smarter than us and harder to destroy than us. You just put someone else at the top of the fucking food chain, dummy. That's why I don't get humanity's so stupid. Like, you're literally trying to demote yourself from being the leaders of the world.
Yeah.
You're an idiot.
That's what we do.
Idiots.
That's what we're great at.
Anyone watching this, if you agree, idiots.
Comment down below.
Yeah, man.
Your favorite color. Yeah, no.
Please. Why not?
Yeah, no, I'm with you, dude. It is very, very scary. And I hope, yeah. Well, you know what I said scary? You know what I thought of? Do you remember Scary Terry from Teen Titans Go?
Yes.
Yeah, let's look up Scary Terry, dude. Hold on, we just gotta make a little... I don't know why I thought of Scary Terry, dude. Oh.
Terry Bradshaw. Oh, yeah, they're thinking Scary Terry NFL.
Dude, this is so funny.
I thought you were talking about that Scary Terry.
It was this one. I thought it was that one, too. I think they're all the same one.
This one's from Rick and Morty.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about Teen Titans Go.
Yeah.
This is the kid one. I remember seeing this when I was
I
like
love that show.
younger.
Love that.
Well, the OG Teen Titans is better, but Teen Titans Go is pretty good.
Yeah.
I agree. Anyway. But yeah, no, it is weird, man. I don't know. Hopefully we make the right decisions going forward. We're not going to. Money's going to talk. Where's money?
Yeah.
Even though it's ruining the economy. Anyway, whole different story. I don't know.
What do you talk about?
Get ready for the Christmas album. That's my number 2. What's your number 2?
My number 2.
I know it.
Is Maestro.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
There you go.
Maestro is my number 2. And I know I watched it this morning. So it's like recency bias up the ass you'd think. Right? No. I told Logan, and I can confidently say this, I've never seen Interstellar, so I can't say this. I've never cried more to a movie, and I've not cried more to a movie this year, obviously. It was so emotionally engaging for me, and I think it's what you said, like, you never see acting once. And so, like, you're just watching the most real moments of humans, and it's our job to understand that and, like, feel those emotions. So for, like, me, it was, like, really easy to just, like, bro, be like, and just, like, fuck. You know what I mean? And I don't know. Dude, there's a lot to say. You know what I mean?
I've been there before. You're good.
No, fucking. I don't know. I really love the way they went from back in time to present, and I think that was done incredibly. I think the relationship was so necessary, and it felt so right that it was focused on both of them. And then by the end of the movie, you were like, I'm so glad they didn't leave Felicia out at all, because if they did, I'd be pissed right now.
Bye, Felicia.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. And I love the way they used his music. You get to see him writing. There was literally a scene of him writing a song. So that one comment I didn't understand. You know what I mean? I'm like, I felt so engaged. And then like when she had cancer at the end, like the way that they were moving as old people and the way that they like cared for each other in a different way. It literally, you could see they were finally being a family. Like it was too late, but by the time they're that old, they were a family. And it was like, Jesus Christ. Because when they had their kids, they were both at the peak of their, their jobs.
Yep.
And so I don't know, dude. It hit me in so many different places, and I cried so much, dude. And I thought it was freaking amazing. But yeah, like I said, I genuinely probably have to agree with you. I don't think I've ever seen better acting ever in my life, ever. And that's crazy to say.
On the realism aspect, for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you get what I mean.
Yes.
Like it was the idea that I saw Leonard Bernstein and nobody else. Like I said that with Oppenheimer, but I saw Leonard Bernstein. I did not see Bradley Cooper. Like I get what you're saying. Like there was moments like, man, this is fucking incredible. It's Bradley Cooper. But not once did I ever like see him in a light and I was like, yep, that's Bradley Cooper. Yeah. You know what I mean? With Oppenheimer, Cillian, like, of course, I saw Oppenheimer, but there was points. Even RDJ, I was like, yeah, I see RDJ.
Yeah.
No. Like, no. This was amazing.
Yeah.
It was different. It was very different.
Yep.
But yeah, that's my number
Can't beat
2.
it. There you go.
Yo, I want to
respect
hear
it.
Yo, number 1. I'm like
Yeah,
shocked.
I know. I knew you would be. Voyage of the Last Inventor. I don't know what it is, dude. There's just something about this film. It hit every.
Did you rank Ninja Turtles?
Yeah.
What did you rank that as?
Ninja Turtles was number 5. We talked
yeah.
about that, yeah.
Yeah, we did.
We're in top 5.
Yeah, top 5.
You're number 4 or 6 or something.
No, it was my top 5 as well.
It was? Oh, it was
Yeah,
number
we
5.
talked
That's what
together.
it was.
That's
together.
why I forgot that you even ranked those. Really.
Very good.
I'm so glad that you have this movie this high.
I need to watch it again.
Again,
I know, so bad. It hits every single aspect of what horror should be for me. The suspense, the taking risks and not faking killing somebody, actually killing somebody. The creature was scary.
Yep.
It did what I love in horror movies. It's the Jaws theory. Slowly show the creature. Don't do what Meg did or any of the other stupid new ones where like you just reveal the creature right away.
Yeah.
Build it with suspense. Michael Myers, same thing.
Yeah.
Don't show him right away. Keep him away in the distance. Be a little curious about it. You know what I mean? But don't show him right away. And it builds suspense. It messes with the theater of the mind of saying, okay, what does this thing look like? How creepy is that?
Yeah.
And when you watch this movie, you're like, man, what is this vampire creature? What does he look like? That's what you're thinking the entire time.
Until you
see him, you're like, whoa, that's different. That's dope. You know, and they didn't really show it in a lot of the posters. Didn't really show it in a lot of the trailers. You didn't really know what it looked like.
A lot of it was like, I was gonna say back shots. It was from
You should
behind.
stop talking, dude.
It was, yeah, I know.
good?
It's from behind the
My
shot.
boys, you're still in November.
I'm still in
November. I get it, man. I understand. Yeah, the behind shots from the back of the head. This is terrible, man. See, now you're rubbing off on me, dude. Yeah, but I see what you're saying. You know, shots from. Yes. I was gonna move on. It's your fault. Yeah, but no. I get what you're saying, and it just they use the cinematography in a way to slowly reveal what the creature looked like. Like, yeah, well, mystery, baby. Yeah, no, I'm with you though. It was just can't really say much about it. It's just really well done. The deaths are awesome. I need to watch it again, dude.
I know.
I need to. The lighting, the lighting was incredible.
Oh yeah.
It's just, and then it's set up for such a dope sequel in a way that dude, it's like one of the best, like top 5 best setups for a sequel.
Yeah.
Because it would be a dope noir where it's like this guy goes on like he's a detective, you know what I mean? The same guy from The Boat, and he's in the 1600s. Yeah. Trying to find this Dracula because he's human form now.
If you ask me,
come on, bro.
If you ask me, that's what I did Dracula in high school. That's what the next part, because Sam Broker I think it's Sam Broker. I can't think of his fucking first name. He wrote all of the Dracula. He wrote The Voyage of Demeter. That's the prequel to Dracula, and that's all I can assume is like, because that's literally what Dracula is about in our show. We're constantly looking for Dracula, and you see him about 3 times in the film, and that's when we like pull the jump on him, and you see him once, you pull the jump on him once, you lose, and then the second time he wins. You know what I mean? Or we win. You know what I mean? So I could totally see that being the next part was supposed to be the new Dracula movie. You know what I mean? Which would have been sick as shit.
If this movie was named Dracula something, it would have made way more money. Yeah. But they didn't care about that. They didn't go for the money.
It's not Sam, it's Bram. I'm stupid. Bram Stoker or something like that, or Stoker.
Sounds
like
very
that.
familiar.
Yeah.
Wait, didn't he play the original Dracula?
No, he's the guy who wrote the story.
Wrote it.
Yeah, the original, whenever 1800s or 1900s, really, whenever it came out. I said Sam Broker. It's Bram Stoker or whatever.
But yeah, no, I love that movie so much, man, and yeah, I think the sequel would have been awesome. And a noir. Could you imagine a noir detective?
We don't need to lose hope.
It could be. It just didn't make any money back.
Yeah.
That's a problem. Here, we'll look it up real quick. Tell everybody your number 1.
My number 1, if it wasn't obvious already, and I've been a fan of it this year, it's Oppenheimer. And the reason I'm going to say Oppenheimer is my number 1, I still think, no matter what, and I agree, that Maestro's acting, in my opinion, is better. And there's a lot of films that I could even say maybe were slightly better for certain things. But when I look at an overall movie, I think Oppenheimer is genuinely one of the best movies I've ever seen in my life. And that's also a personal thing, you know what I mean? I just enjoyed the story. I'm a big fan of Cillian, Emily Blunt, Florence Pugh, RDJ. A lot of David was in it, Josh Peck, hidden cameos like that. And the story was just so intriguing to me. There's almost this weight that you can tell. David! There's almost this weight that you can tell this is supposed to be one of the greatest movies, and especially of the year. It's kind of like Panda. When Panda came out, everyone loved Panda. They were like, it's the best song ever. And then after a while, Panda got really annoying. And that's how I think Oppenheimer is. Now, for me, I've never been one of those people to let that, I'm not an overplayed person. Any song that's overplayed, I still really enjoy. Just because I enjoyed it at the beginning for a reason. You know what I mean? This is the type of movie I could rewatch it a million times and still, for some reason, enjoy it. You know what I mean? I just love the acting. I love the story. I love the moments, when the bomb drops. I think they were really meticulous with this movie, and they were very specific. And that's what, I don't want to say overall makes it a better movie than all the other ones on my list, but, you can just tell it went to the extremest, finest detail with everything that they did.
Yeah.
So for me, overall as a movie, that's why it's my number one. Because if we were going acting, Maestro would probably be my number one. If we were going set, Asteroid City probably would be my number one. But overall, I think Oppenheimer just touched me in a way that was holy shit.
I get it.
These top 3 movies, I think, top 5 really, were the ones that were this is why I love to act. But when I watched Oppenheimer, I think that's why it's my number one. That was the one movie this year I was this is why I want to be an actor. These are the types of movies that I eventually want to be a part of.
Same. You know when I watched Super Mario Bros, I was like, God, I want to be an actor.
I am Mario.
God.
Mario and Luigi?
Start jumping like this in my room,
Okay.
I'm excited for Twister too, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, we're going to make a poster where Mario and Luigi.
Good. After we make our Christmas album.
After. Okay.
As Mike called you?
We'll talk about that.
Okay.
It's not bad.
All right.
Yeah,
cool.
We'll talk about that.
Anyways, guys.
We'll talk about it. You guys don't need to know.
There's our top
29
ranking. Do you want to go through them
films.
again? Just kind of call them out?
Yeah.
I'll just go first, you go after. So starting with number 29, we got Fool's Paradise, Asteroid City, Shazam 2, The Machine, Ant-Man 3, Talk to Me, Renfield, Boogeyman, Scream 6, Indiana 5, Dial of Destiny, Murder Mystery 2, Exorcist Believer, Insidious 5. I think I flipped one of these, by the way.
You flipped, during your list.
Yeah.
Because I was I know you flipped towards the bottom.
Yeah.
You flipped 7 and 8. But that's about it.
Anyways, Insidious 5, Oppenheimer, Cocaine Bear. Oh, I put Cocaine Bear over Sisu, which is number 14.
Yep.
Wonka, Evil Dead Rise, FNAF, Across the Spider-Verse is my top 10. Across the Spider-Verse, Napoleon, Maestro, Iron Claw, Guardians 3. And then we have our top 5, which is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem. I'm not talking into the mic. I'm so sorry. John Wick 4. Super Mario Bros, Artifice Girl, and Voyage of the Last
And if you guys want that
Dimension.
one more time, it was no. My list is gonna be Fool's Paradise at 29, The Machine at 28. You guys are gonna have to bear with me because I'm jumping around my phone. Scream 6 at 27, Asteroid City at 26, Shazam! Fury of Gods at 25, Insidious Red Door at 24, Murder Mystery 2 at 23. Exorcist Believer at 22. Ant-Man Quantumanium at 21. Bear with me, everybody. I'm sorry. Everything's all over. I'm the worst. The Boogeyman at 20. At number 19, we have Indiana Jones, Dial of Destiny. At number 18, we have... where's... Oh, Sisu. My bad, everybody. Then 17 is Cocaine Bear. 16 is going to be FNAF. 15 was Renfield. 14 was Evil Dead Rise. 13 was John Wick 4. 12 was Super Mario Bros. 11 was Guardians of the oh man, I'm so sorry. Talk to Me. 10 was Guardians of the Galaxy. 9 was Voyage of Demeter. 8. Where are you? 8.
8. Where are you? Where is 8?
Eight was Napoleon. 7 was good old. Dude, this is taking so long. I'm so sorry. I have it all set up. I didn't put it in like an order. I just have it like I wrote the names down and I just put numbers next to them.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. It is okay. Because we're at 7 now.
Keep going. Might as well.
Keep going, Mayan. What the hell, bro? Number 7 was Spider-Verse. Number 6 was Iron Claw. Number 5 was Ninja Turtles. Number 4 was Artifice Girl. Number 3 was Wonka. Number 2 was Maestro. And number 1 was Joppenheimer.
There you go, baby.
Sorry that took so long.
You're
I'm so
good.
sorry.
There is our top movies. Well, our ranking of all the movies that we reviewed this year.
Yeah.
There you go. We're gonna do that every year, baby.
Oh
Get
yeah,
used
I'm
to it.
excited. Yeah,
It's
and
gonna be
these movies coming up this year are pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm more hyped this year than last year's because last year was really good.
A lot more hyped this year.
Really?
It's weird, dude.
I just that's
my
why I was like,
demographic,
you
at
know,
least.
well, a lot of them are a lot of sequels and stuff, which I'm not against. It gives us we already kind of have an expectation for some of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm ready for Deadpool 3.
Oh yeah.
Deadpool 3, Deadpool 3,
Well, I mean, think about it. Last year had a lot of sequels too,
Yeah.
and a lot of reboots. So
Too many reboots.
yeah, we're just in that age. It's gonna happen. I mean, look at it, dude. We had Indiana Jones, Scream 6, Ant-Man 3,
John
Evil
Wick.
Dead Rise, John Wick, Cross the Spider-Verse. It just Shazam. It kept going and going. So we had quite a bit of sequels. Wonka,
Sequels. Yeah. Yeah, sequels and reboots.
Murder Mystery.
Yeah,
We
that's
got a
true.
lot
Holy
there.
shit.
Yeah, we had. That's what I
Guardians.
was realizing. Yeah, so we had a lot of reboots and
Yeah.
sequels. So it's gonna be that again this year. We'll see what happens. If you guys want to go watch our most anticipated movies, we go through every single movie coming out this year.
Every single freaking movie
Oh yeah.
of 2024.
Oh yeah. And we talk about the ones we're most excited for. So
Yeah.
gonna be good. Gonna be great.
Yeah. I'm excited. And if you aren't,
What are we gonna do next
we
week?
need to get excited. What?
What are we gonna do next week? Do you know what movie's coming out next week?
I don't.
I don't think. Worst case scenario, we'll do Rebel Moon
Yeah.
on Netflix, which I heard is dope. So
Dope.
we're gonna go watch that one maybe, but we'll see.
Dope.
You guys let us know if you want us to watch any certain movies.
Let us know.
We're here, baby. We'll do it.
We gotta
all
start
day, every
gearing
day.
up for the Oscars too. It's
Oh yeah, when is that?
February, March.
February, March. Yeah, we'll get ready for that, baby. We'll
Yeah.
do the same thing last year. We'll do Oscars predictions
Yeah, I'm hyped.
and reaction. So it's gonna be great.
I'm hyped.
All right. Any else you want to say to everybody?
Watch some movies.
Oh yeah.
Go watch some freaking movies.
Yes.
Enjoy them.
Oh yeah.
Some of our movies that we said.
Hellgate.
Bernie the Dolphin.
Executioner.
Get out of here. Get out right now.
Love y'all. Y'all be safe, man.
Love you
Have a
guys.
good one.
We'll catch you on the flippity flop.
Oh yeah.